What's going on, Bills fans? Welcome into day two draft coverage here on the Built-In Buffalo Network, presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. The Bills traded back 3 times last night in the first round of the draft to acquire some more draft capital, and we're jacked up to see who's going to join the team today. I'm Lance Nelson, president of Built-In Buffalo. I'm joined by Izzy, the host of the Red Zone Report. We're also going to have Anthony Romeo on later on, formerly of the Hoof, and then also potentially joined by my co-host Ben Shoop from Triple Coverage Podcast as well. And before we get started, I just want to run a quick word from our sponsor. And you know what's funny? Somewhere between week 1 and week 3, Awaken 180 stopped feeling like maybe this works and started feeling real. I'm down 18 pounds in just 3 weeks, and now it's not just the scale talking. I could see it in my face, feel it in my shirts, my jacket, my pants. My joints already feel happier. I can stand at my desk at work for much longer, and I'm moving around a whole lot easier. That's the part that hits you when losing weight stops being an idea and starts showing up in everyday life. And I've got to say, my coach Jen has been a huge part of that. She's been amazing, encouraging the positives, helping me adjust things, offering alternatives, and I've even been surprised at how fun this has been. Awaken 180 is a complete program, coaching, structure, ease, weekly weight loss, then free support for life, all medication free. Do what I did and schedule a consultation at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. All right. Shout out also to the Big Tree Inn, the game day home for Built-In Buffalo, and all the great partners that we have across the brand. The Niners are currently on the clock here, and there's 2 picks before the Bills are up. You got 2 teams that may not necessarily need a defensive tackle. The Bills do need a defensive tackle. There's talk about Denzel Boston potentially coming to Buffalo here, but 2 teams may want to trade up ahead of the Bills to take Denzel. Maybe that's just a smokescreen to generate some more interest for those picks. But Izzy, how do you feel about the draft haul from last night? We'll show here the Bills picks for today, 35 and 66. They may use 101 and some others to get up into the third again, or maybe move up or, move around. Brandon Beane's going to move around in this draft for sure, if there's a draft where he's going to move around. So just give us overall your thoughts, kind of recapping night 1, 3 different trades, turning 26 into a few different picks, and what you think a little bit about today, what you expect here in a couple picks.
So last night I kind of expected us to trade back. I didn't expect the methodology that was used. I didn't expect Brandon Beane to trade back two spots, then trade back 3 more, and then out entirely. But I liked the idea behind it because he got to stack more picks that it gives him more firepower to move up later on if he sees somebody he really wants, like he did when he saw James Cook or Khalil Shakir or TJ Sanders. He went and, used those picks that he traded for to leverage moving forward. So I like the way it happened. I can definitely understand some Bills fans' frustration. They were like, okay, we moved back. Cool. Let's stay here and pick our guy. But if the way I see the way the board's standing up right now, you still have Emmanuel McNeil-Warren on the board. Denzel Boston's out there. R. Mason Thomas is still out there. Cassius Howell still out there. McDonald's still out there. And then if you don't get McDonald now, there's another nose tackle. I think it's from Georgia. His name is eluding me. But then later on, you still have Big Citrus, and you have
Christian Miller. You're talking about?
Yes, Christian Miller. And then later on, if we don't get one in this round, you can still get Dante Corleone later, or you can still get Big Citrus. So relax.
Yeah, you got Lee Hunter there too to mention.
Yep, Lee Hunter. I figured about him. He's from
Texas Tech.
Okay, yeah, that's why I was forgetting about him. He's a Red Raider.
Absolutely. The ton of options here. This is what I was saying, kind of like just the positions the Bills kind of need. This position right here where they're at in these picks are going to be more value added in those positions. I think they're definitely bringing the value of the position and the pick together here for them. So the more they can move around and adjust, if they picked 3 times today, I wouldn't be surprised. and there's plenty of options out there. I'm really on Trotter, the linebacker out of Missouri. I think that, that would be a great get. Now, wouldn't be mad at getting, Jacob Rodriguez. Everyone wants the Texas Tech linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez, but Missouri's Josiah Trotter, I think, just has a few more pounds on him, just a little bit bigger frame, might help with durability. When you talk about the Bills linebacking core here, one of the things is availability, and how that has hindered some of the Bills' playoff runs at times and things like that. Obviously, the AJ Klein saga and that sort of thing. So definitely, Rodriguez isn't small by any means either, but I think Josiah Trotter for me would be my preference there, and maybe able to get him a little bit later. So if they move off of 35, stuff like that, you may be even in better position for that. If they got Rodriguez now and we're able to get Dominique Orange later, some combo of linebacker DT here in the first 2 picks of this draft, I think that's going to be a very nice haul, or a very nice start, at least, to get a good haul in this draft.
So I would be much higher on Rodriguez if Sean McDermott was still the head coach. But he fits more that, weak side linebacker in a 4-3 than, a Mike or a Will in a 3-4. Yeah. So in a 3-4, I prefer CJ Allen or Anthony Hill.
Right on.
These guys who can run downhill and thump.
Yep. Pairing one of those with Terrell Bernard on the inside of the defense.
Yep. I mean, CJ Allen is really a true Mike linebacker, green dot guy. And I think that Terrell Bernard in this defense would actually transition more over to the weak side role, where he can just go downhill and not have to call the defense, especially since he's not really that familiar with it.
Right. Yeah, well, I guess I sort of see Trotter in that same mold. If they have a guy, if they can get their guy McDonald, let's say, here at 35, and then if Hill and Allen and Rodriguez are off the board by the time they go at 66, or if they even move up from 66 and look at a guy like Trotter, I'm not sure he'd get to 66, so you may have to move up into the 40s or early 50s to get him, but we'll see how it all lays out here. Sounds like San Francisco's pick is in. Yep. Hasn't been announced yet. I'm not on X following all the notifications here. How do you want to structure that? You want to be looking at X and keeping more up to date, or roll with the broadcast speed?
I prefer to roll with the broadcast. I know some people are looking at X and they'll go put it in the comments, but in a show like this one, I'm looking less at the comments. Also, hi, Miss Nats. I saw you send a hello. But yeah, whoever's in the comments and they drop the pick is fine. But I enjoy the broadcast. I wish they would drop the pick already, though, because they got Field Yates here yapping his mouth. But let's go.
I know. Do you want to know it or not?
Sure.
It's a sort of a surprise, maybe not. But if you look at, I don't know what your wide receiver rankings are here, but he, on ESPN at least, he's down at the 10th spot. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐽 out of Ole Miss.
Ooh, he's fast. He's fast.
So 6'2", 207. Good frame, top speed. Getting the first pick of the second round there.
Wow, they got Stribling in the run. Wow.
At 33.
That is a surprise pick to me, too, because I had him in the 4th round. Before the combine and everything like that, I thought he was more of a 6th, 7th round pick. But after seeing his testing, I knew he would jump. The question is he going to be able to put it together on the field in the pros?
So does that set the tone here? I mean, do you think there's going to be a little bit of a run to start the second round on wide receiver?
It very well could
talk
be.
About defensive tackle.
Who's on the board now? The Cardinals, they could use another receiver opposite of Marvin Harrison Jr. They could also use they drafted Love yesterday, right?
What did they get? Let's see. Teams, Cardinals. They have, Love yesterday.
Yeah, Love yesterday. So they don't need a running back. They're good at tight end with McBride.
Top
So
needs
another,
according to ESPN are quarterback, offensive tackle, edge, safety, and defensive tackle.
well, they're definitely not getting a quarterback here. They could get
Right.
an edge here. The Cash Howell, 𝐼 Thomas are on the board for them. I could see linebacker CJ Allen. I could see Jacob Rodriguez. I don't know what defense they run if it's 3-4, 4-3, but I'd say the top 3-4 linebacker on the board right now is between Hill and Allen, and then the top 4-3 defensive linebacker is going to be Rodriguez right now.
Now, safety listed here. Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo is sitting there for a really good safety pick there, 6'4", just a nice prospect. How would you feel about the Bills taking a look at McNeil Warren if Arizona leaves him to Buffalo?
He's one of the guys who I didn't mind at 26. So if I didn't mind him at 26, I can't be mad at him at 25, at 35.
Yeah, fair.
You know? Like, there's a bunch of guys here. All the guys I named, if the Bills took him at 26, I would have been okay with it.
Right.
But the fact being, they're here at 35 now, and those guys are still on the board. If they pick somebody outside of those guys, I might be a little weary about it. But
right.
Also, I think that Brandon Beane saw the value was so much. There were so many guys there, like, we could drop back 10 spots and not worry about it.
Exactly. I mean, I posted this earlier too on X. Like, man, I really don't think that I really didn't like passing up on Omar Cooper Jr. and allowing the Jets to grab him. So we have to play him twice a year. And Scott wasn't as high on him. Ben wasn't as high on him as I am. But I really thought that he could be a difference maker for this offense and for this team, and would have been worth at least the 28th pick in the draft. And obviously went that pick later there at 29, I think, to the Jets. So, or maybe even been 30, like right before the Bills picked. So, yeah, that's.
I like him as a prospect. I like his upside, but I'm not too keen on how polished his route running is.
Yep.
That's my issue with him. But the talent.
That's a good issue to have, though, when you come out. If your route running isn't polished, then that's something you can work on with your receivers coach. Chase Besantis goes guard from Texas A&M, one of the guys that our guy Danny in the chat earlier in the Built in Buffalo group, good writer for us. He posted a mock draft not too long ago. Check that out. But he was talking about Chase Besantis, and we wouldn't even have had a chance at him, Danny. So sorry, bud. But the Bills are on the clock now. And basically anybody you could have wanted at the start of this are still there. So you have Denzel Boston, you have McDonald, you have Rodriguez. You got to pick one, Izzy. Who you're predicting here to the Bills?
Cade McDonald. To me, is just the obvious need that we don't have anybody at that spot. Like, you need we kind of need a receiver, but we don't really need a receiver. I would love a receiver, but we have DJ Moore, 𝐿 Shakir, Coleman. I'm pretty sure they're going to give a shot unless they can find or decide to take a Denzel Boston. But you got guys like Ted Hurst in the next round who I like. I like
Josh Palmer coming back healthy with Shakir and now DJ Moore. I think that three is decent, but I just worry. Wasn't ever super high on Coleman. I'm hoping that he, for the team's sake, can figure something out and really come on here towards his third season. But it's tough ask for him. Now, I think DJ Moore just helps set everyone back in some good places here. But I just think having more talent at that position, giving the Bills the best chance to push each other towards having top flight receivers, really. But like you said, you can get some of these guys that still have upside another round or two as well.
Mm-hmm. And who's the guy from North Dakota State? Bryce Lance?
Bryce Lance, yeah.
Bryce Lance, who I really like him. So
yeah, speed. I mean, for the sake of having the name Lance on the back of a jersey, I wouldn't hate that. It's definitely. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Bryce Lance with the speed and the production, although Division II, or FCS, I really like, what I saw out of him, and then he has the actual physicality.
Right.
Jumping into the deep end is going to be tough, but I mean, we've seen it happen before with other guys from small schools. So I would like him too. He's a good prospect, I believe.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Pick is in. So let's see if they actually make it or if it's another late trade here before a player gets announced.
Well, they did show the war room. So
Yep.
They were all clapping.
Could make the first selection of the draft here. Some Bills Mafia on the ESPN broadcast right now. You know, they get turned up. Here we go.
Kid McDonald. Come on. You know who it is already, don't you?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Look at this guy. Shane Conlon. Big sexy.
Okay.
Know that, Molly?
I do know who it is now, and it's not who we thought, but okay. So the Bills will pick at selection 35. Let me know when you see it. It's on the web, but the web is
edge rusher, TJ Parker. Okay.
Yeah, TJ Parker, edge out of Clemson.
Outside linebacker, yeah.
6'4", 263, a large human being. Don't hate that, but a surprise. They were on 𝐾𝐨𝐽 Falk potentially. A lot of people had that, and so not surprised they go edge, but interested to see now, because now you didn't take sort of your two main needs and you went with a guy that's going to help you a ton on the outside for sure. But you know, where does that leave you with the rest of the second round and third round potentially?
Yeah, and I'm also one of those fans who sometimes gets weary or leery about a certain university producing a player that you picked at that same position before very early in the draft, and it didn't turn out the first time, and you get something similar in the second time around. Shaq Lawson.
Yeah, it's too bad that Ben and Scott aren't here to hear you say Shaq Lawson. We've been talking about Shaq Thompson all offseason, and for the life of me, I cannot stop mixing up the two. So there was a running joke after I did it the first two times. There's now a running joke about Shaq Lawson, because every time we try to talk about Shaq Thompson, I always get Lawson in there somehow. But yeah, Shaq Lawson PTSD for Izzy here.
Mm-hmm. And I actually have PTSD, so that's just worse. It just compounds.
In all facets of life.
Yep. They makes my face look wrinkled.
All right. Well, what else do you have to say about the TJ Parker pick? What do you like? Is it
So I like the length, I like the strength, I like the size profile for him, but it does kind of remind me a little bit of Rousseau. He's not quite as tall as Rousseau. He's not 6'7" like Rousseau is, but 6'4", 268. The body type. He's got nice long limbs, so he can keep offensive linemen off of him. He's got solid bend, but he's not as bendy as like the Cassius Howells and 𝐼𝐸 Thomases are. But he did have a first-round grade on a lot of mock drafts that I saw, so I'm not mad at it. A lot of teams had him going in the first. A lot of the professionals had him going in the first, and so I'm not mad at it. Like, I had the Bills drafting edge a couple times in some of my mocks, and I got fingers pointed at me like I was retarded. Pardon the R word, but I got called that literally in the comments. So it is what it is.
It is what it is, my man. I like that. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm not in love with the pick, but like you said, you get the guys that have your highest grade on your board in the building and see what they can do. Not mad at the player specifically, the position more so. I thought with Bradley Chubb coming in, Greg Rousseau on the outside, they wanted to transition guys like Solomon out there, and then you have Hoyt coming back to play out there a little bit too. So just bringing him into that room, it's going to be good for him. It's going to help out a ton. Obviously, Hoyt not fully back yet. Chubb, I don't know how much you want to rely on him to be healthy the whole season, or have to use him a ton either. Solomon sort of you're switching, so you're not really sure what he's going to provide. But yeah, I think we can all relate to Joseph here. Not the pick I expected. Not the pick I just think like you have a home run of a prospect in Caden McDonald sitting there filling a true need. And hopefully, that DT class is deep. So, but I got to think that, there is a little bit of drop off when you get past McDonald and maybe Miller to the rest of them. They're all probably similar, but I don't know if you could still say that it's negligible when you drop off from McDonald and Miller to the rest of the class. Maybe it will be.
And I get that too. I'm with you somewhat on that. I think that the Bills went with positional value. The edge rusher position is more valuable than defensive tackle, unless you're getting, for sure, Sexy Dexy, or Chris Jones, or Aaron Donald. If you get one of those guys, then all bets are off with that whole positional value thing. But if you have no idea, then it is what it is.
Pretty funny. Matt Miller, ESPN's Matt Miller, professional player comp for TJ Parker is Trey Hendrickson, who, a lot of talk about, him moving this offseason, the potential for the Bills to try to do that. And so they get his prospect comp in TJ Parker.
Mm-hmm. That does strike me as a little odd, but not that odd. Didn't the Bengals run a 4-man front though?
Yep. I believe so, yeah. Yeah, and I think that's sort of the MO for the Bills, even though Sean McDermott's no longer here. Right, the next pick, huh? Texans jump on it. They traded up too for that pick.
They're like, dumbass Bills. Could have had him. Let him slip to us.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Is that I'm trying to find what Houston gave up to get there, just to see where we're at with setting the market on trades. Let's see if I can find it here quick.
Caden McDonald. I see Dave's comment there. Just shows that we have no idea what Leonard wants to do. Yeah, it's true, because we will most likely be in nickel 2-4-5, most of the time. So that being said, it's basically the same thing as it was when we were running 4-2-5, except the two edges will be standing up instead of with their hand in the dirt. So yeah.
Right.
The best defense in the NFL just got the best nose tackle in the draft. Yeah.
Classic.
Yep. We let it happen.
Where is the trade?
Which trade?
The Texans move.
Oh, they moved up for this?
Yeah, they trade away. Here it is. I was just trying to find the right. So Texans give up 38 and 91, which was the Bills' old pick, 91, to get up to 36 and go back to 117. So they go up 2 picks in the second round and drop 26 picks in the third round. They're out of the third round, really, to
again.
4. So
they're really pouring into these picks, these early picks.
So let's see.
They fell back to 91 from 66 when we traded with them.
Yep.
And now they're falling further back to jump again in the second round.
Yeah, they came up for Kalen Rutledge at 26. Then they come up to 36. And they also have the 27th pick of round 2. And then they won't pick again until the 4th round, which they have 2 4ths, then 1 more 5th and a 7th. So, yeah, using all their ammo to get up and get into the meat of the draft at their, where they think those players are most valuable.
I think the consensus this year is mostly that the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round is really where the talent is.
All right, Greg's on board with TJ Parker, nose tackle later in or after the draft. I agree. I mean, this D tackle class is definitely deep.
Yeah.
A
lot more nose tackles than usual, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think we're paying more attention to it now because we need it. And we're, it's one of those things where, I'm not sure, but still, there's Christian Miller, Lee Hunter, Dominique Orange are the top three probably nose tackles. Who's the guy you like? Corleone, you said?
Yeah, Dante Corleone.
Dante Corleone from Cincinnati.
Yep.
6'1", 340, huge.
Big mammoth of a man.
Corleone.
Yeah, so he goes by the Godfather. That's his
yeah, I'm
nickname.
going to make a ton of Godfather references.
And how perfect would it be that Corleone comes to the Mafia?
Yeah, hey, there you go. So still got hope for that. Still a lot of prospects out there. I don't think Bean's done moving around either. So I think that you can, sit here and enjoy the show, because like I said, I don't think they're done. They may even pick again in the second round. I hope they do. It'd give us something more to talk about too. But yeah, right now as it stands, we're waiting until 66, and got to think that that's a linebacker pick, or that they come up before 66 and try to get one of these linebackers.
Yeah.
Ideally, they could come up twice somehow here and get a linebacker and one of these DTs before the third round's over.
Yeah, not going to lie to you. If it's linebacker, I'm hoping for Anthony Hill Jr. I like that guy a lot. Edge rusher. We got TJ Parker. OC, 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐫𝐢. So he had 5 sacks this past year, 37 tackles, 18 of them solo. On a Clemson defense that really underperformed. That Clemson defense was sad this year.
Yeah.
He ran a 4.68 40. Pretty good.
New York's going to be singing "Where the Hood, where the Hood, where the Hood at."
DB from Tennessee. Is he the one that was hurt?
Not sure if it was him or McCoy.
Yeah, Jermon McCoy. That's the one.
Yeah.
I don't think McCoy got drafted yet.
No, he's still the best player on the board. He has been for quite some time now.
That fall from grace is heavy.
Doing his best impression of insert draft faller here. Who's your favorite draft faller?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Went with the obvious one.
Now, if I was to say my favorite draft faller, probably Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe they got him in the second round. And then he played poor for 3 years. Played really good his last year, and then made all that money in New Orleans.
All right, so a little bit, let's see. TJ Parker. Give me some of that.
What website are you using to look these guys up?
I'm just on ESPN right now, not doing anything fancy. Just trying to get an idea of some college numbers. Said he broke the freshman record on the defense, 12 and a half sacks, I believe. So, definitely one of those guys that flashed early, maybe came back down to probably was lifted up by the guys he was playing around for sure early on. And then, as he had to step up, maybe he had to fade a little bit and set some other guys up, but good edge setter. And so it looks like he's going to learn on some pass rush moves. Good tester in the combine. So long guy, nice frame.
Yep.
Sorry, 12 and a half tackles for loss in 2023 as a freshman. Broke the true freshman record at Clemson for that, for tackles for loss, not sacks. Had that wrong. Forced fumbles in 2024, 6, and took a dip in 2025, but played well at the Senior Bowl, and there's that. So,
well, welcome to the Bills, homie. We'll see what happens. How old is this kid? Oh, Raiders are on the clock.
Our guy Robbie says he gives up at times when they were losing this year at
Hold up.
Clemson, and
What?
said he watched a lot of Clemson, and one of the things he didn't like about TJ Parker was sort of giving up in games where they were losing and not really giving it his all.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, for a young player, you can maybe understand that. But you got to find it here in the pros, and he's going to have a lot of people around him keeping him up for games and making sure that doesn't happen. The accountability in the NFL is going to be a totally different level. So I don't really worry about that sort of thing. Like, all these guys have areas where they need to improve. That's the whole point of development on an NFL staff and roster. The guys around him are going to be much better. So just, I wouldn't worry about too much of that stuff. Like, give him a chance to come in, work his tail off and earn it before you cast him off because he did one thing or another on a game you watched at Clemson. But yeah, not the best thing to hear, clearly. But
you see his Raiders pick?
They took someone that wasn't McNeil Warren, right?
Yeah, that's what I was actually saying. What? But then you're like, oh yeah, TJ Parker, they hate him. I'm like, oh, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about this crazy pick right here. Oh, now the Browns can go get McNeil Warren if they really want him. Like, oh, here goes a run on safeties, starting off with someone who shouldn't have been taken.
Yeah, interesting start to the round. Stribling, a guy that wasn't necessarily towards the top of the wide receiver board, he's 10th on the ESPN board for what it's worth. And then you had Santos, which I think was, right where he was going to go in the early second round. TJ Parker, like you said, some folks having first round mocks on him. Caden McDonald obviously was heavily mocked to the Bills specifically as well, late in round one. So surprised he even got to 36, but Colton Hood comes in as the first Tennessee corner off the board, which is surprising as well, over Jermod McCoy, who was the higher rated, again, on the ESPN rankings. And then the Raiders coming up with a safety that we'll see how that works out for him. Not the top rated safety at the time. Again, ESPN board was McNeil Warren. A lot of people. What's that?
How fast was he? Trading Stukes.
Top end speed.
That's the Raiders calling card was speed.
Yep. Let's see if we can get this up here. My internet's not loading the profile right away, but we'll get that up. I've been checking. I don't know if you've checked this out yet, but Chris Trapasso put up some work on a draft grade book, and I thought it was pretty decently done website. So looks like it's a little bit farther behind, but let's see. 4.33 speed.
Yep.
Not even the top Arizona safety graded out. 82.1 overall. Had a round 4 grade on him. Chris did. Again, per draftgradebook.com. Similar to Quentin Lake. Let's see. Stylistic comps. Let's see. Divine Diablo. Quentin Lake, yeah. 4.33. 38-inch vert.
Tell you what, sometimes when you have players like that who just are not instinctive or do not play with their head more than they do their body, it turns out that they are just faster at getting themselves out of position.
And so on Draft Gradebook, TJ Parker was the 10th graded edge out there, 86.7 overall grade, which is a round 2-3 grade. So got him basically where they want. Already has the pro size for an edge defender, sets a great edge. Is going to develop even more pass rushing skills, TJ Parker. So his weaknesses, again, according to draftgradebook.com, still somewhat raw, not a true first step burner, and needs to deploy his moves more cohesively. So
there goes Boston to the Browns. They got Boston and Concepcion.
Wow. They compare Chris Trapasso compares TJ Parker to Kwity Paye, Tyreek Smith, Miles Murphy, Chris Braswell, and Dallas Turner stylistically. So 4.68 40, 1.61 10-yard, 34-inch leap, 120-inch broad jump, 33.125-inch arm length, 9.5-inch hands for what it's worth, 79-inch wingspan. So between Rousseau and Parker, they got a lot of wingspan on that Jim Leonard defense now, I'll tell you that.
So the length is what they have in common. The only thing is that Rousseau's like 3 inches taller. Outside of that, build-wise, they're very similar, which almost feels redundant a little bit, but maybe it's not. Maybe this guy has that same build, but is better at, getting around the corner than Rousseau. Rousseau's really good at setting the edge, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, Shane comes in here. Best option would have been Caden McDonald. I thought, we thought that, we thought that McDonald was going to be the surefire pick there. Fits a need, and he's at the top of his position. But they go, like Izzy said, it's more about positional value, trying to get the guys that they feel like earned the selection. And then Caden McDonald goes to the next selection right after. So obviously someone thought the positional value was still there at that spot.
They were just waiting for us to pass him up. Well, I dare you to pass him. Then we did, and they jumped up and took him.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Because they knew we weren't going to trade with them. Not again.
Yeah, I wonder, we'll have to find out in the coming days what might have been offered out there. So
Chiefs picks in.
A little bit on Boston here is graded out as the 9th best receiver here on draftgradebook.com. Round 2-3 grade, so right where he was. Rashad Bateman, Treylon Burks, George Pickens, Cedric Tillman type receiver. I've been clamoring for Pickens all offseason, so would have loved to have Boston there just as well as anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Mason Thomas off the board to the Chiefs.
Okay. Oklahoma edge rusher.
Mm-hmm. Solid pick. He's kind of local to them, Oklahoma being a state that basically borders Kansas. You can go see those players pretty easily.
Yep.
Man, he is bendy.
Yeah, a lot of people talking about trying to get TJ back to his 2023, 2024, those 2 seasons for him last year. Obviously, like we talked about, Dip saw him maybe less than motivated at times, per our guy Robbie Lamka, and we'll see what it comes to. But I don't really worry about a lot of these things that folks dealt with in college. Like I said, the caliber of the developmental staff and the Bills, the players he's going to be around. If you think Chubb and Rousseau aren't going to crush him for any sort of lackadaisical attitude on this team, then you're mistaken. So the leadership here is strong, both on the staff and on the roster. I think that guy can come in. You did see Keon come in maybe with, I didn't see any concerns about Keon necessarily with that before the draft, but he comes in and still struggles a little bit with some things. So it'll be interesting to see. I think the Bills leadership, though, does have the ability to deal with that and get folks up to a standard they need to be.
Also, we also didn't really have a lot of leadership at receiver, in that room to kind of quell Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
I mean, Shakir
sure do now though.
Yeah.
And DJ Moore brings so much on the field, but helping
Howell.
Shakir and Josh Palmer be effective. But I think what he's going to bring off the field is definitely going to be speaking to that with Keon and all that. So Cassius Howell, yep, to the Bengals. I saw it on the draft cast before I saw it announced. So there's the Cincinnati Bengals picking up an edge rusher there. Hopefully come in and follow in Hendrickson's footsteps and be a staple for the defense.
Oof.
So we have 25 picks between the two Bills picks. Do you see any value in moving up here, trying to get maybe Rodriguez or Trotter in the 40s or 50s?
Let's see. So we are at 66. Draft tracker. So we're at 66 right now. What is going on with this thing? Cassius Howell just went off the board. The Saints are on the board right now. They're not going linebacker. The Dolphins probably aren't going linebacker. The Jets aren't going linebacker, most likely. I said the next team that might go linebacker is the Buccaneers. So maybe the Bills want to jump up to 45. They'd probably have to give up our third and one of the fourths. Move up from 66 to 45.
Thing we don't want to do is spend anything from next year, right?
Yeah, absolutely not. Next year's supposed to be a crazy draft.
Mr. DiBiase here doesn't hate the TJ Parker pick, but would have went McDonald. That's
Me too.
Yeah,
yep.
definitely the consensus here. I don't think we hate TJ Parker or the pick of an edge at this position. Just feels like McDonald's sitting right there for you, and it fills that need right away. I'd be interested to see what they saw from McDonald that maybe would have deterred them from pulling the trigger there, or maybe they think that they can get up in another spot to grab that position.
Christian Miller off the board. Another nose tackle. Yep. See, we could have had a Georgia Bulldog defensive tackle as well. Always wanted one of those.
Yep. Yeah, I think Lee Hunter is a good target there, potentially.
Yeah.
But he's a third-round grade. So, again, going to be tough. Then you're looking at, fall off from there as well.
Yep. I like Lee Hunter. But, again, the Godfather's the guy who I like in round 3. But, Big Citrus could be there also round 3. So, oh, look, he looks like a giant DeMar Hamlin.
Looks like you got a Syracuse guy potentially later on if you need to as well, Kevin Jaboti Jr. So
okay,
could may not get Dominique Orange, but you might get an orange football player from Syracuse.
Citrus is citrus. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna make some tea or something. I got some caffeine in me.
All right, buddy.
I'll be right back. You can talk. I will hear you. I'm gonna be right there.
Sounds good. Yeah, just turn your camera off. Yeah, Justin, I agree wholeheartedly with you, man. Trotter's kind of my guy at linebacker. Been talking about that for a bit. If you guys don't know, Thursday nights on the Triple Coverage podcast, 7 p.m. typically we start. And I've been on Trotter for most of the pre-draft process. I think he's just a little bit bigger than Jacob Rodriguez, just a few more pounds on him, 6-7 pounds. But I think the frame is going to help with durability. And, people saying CJ Allen or Jacob Rodriguez for our next pick. Guys, I don't know if those guys are going to be there at 66. We have 24 picks left between it. And, I think that there's going to be a run on some linebackers. I think the 40s and 50s especially are going to take some of these top linebackers off the board. So we'll have to see where it's going to go from here. But the next pick here, the Dolphins don't necessarily have the need of a linebacker. And the Jets picking after them, not one of the top needs at linebacker. So, yeah, we're going to be counting down, seeing where the linebacker needy teams are and what we think they're going to do. Izzy mentioned his thought was that Tampa Bay is going to be the next linebacker needy team. So if you want to get your top pick, you may need to jump in front of them. So we'll see if the Bills have any action going here in the next few picks. Would expect Brandon Beane to try to move up, down, and all around in this draft. I think that he's done a great job turning pick 26 into some more draft capital. So let's see if we could package that and get up there. Christian Miller goes 42 to the Saints. One of the guys linked to the Bills. You had Caden McDonald going 36 right after the Bills pick to Houston. So the top two prospects at defensive tackle have been taken.
Yep.
And
Miller actually came in for a 30 visit.
Right, yeah. I mean, I thought the Bills were pretty high on him. I wouldn't have been surprised if they took him at 35. But again, like you mentioned, I think you hit it spot on with the positional value where the Bills have their focus. But
I mean, if you look at most teams in the NFL, you have your value positions and you have your lower value positions. So like that's why safeties don't go top 10 like that. Running backs typically don't either. But if you have an exceptional guy like a Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley this year with Jeremiah Love, you have your exceptions to the rule. But for the most part, there'll be years where we don't see a running back go until round 2, but like the second half of the round. Like when Breece Hall was drafted, he was looked at as an excellent running back coming out of college. Second round pick.
Yep.
Oh, my Lord.
All right, so Dolphins.
Whoever they pick is going to suck.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh,
who
no.
Who we have to play twice a year here. They take Jacob Rodriguez. So just that linebacker may not be the biggest need for him, but there they go, taking Jacob Rodriguez off the board at 43. So honestly, Jacob Rodriguez lasted longer than I thought he would. I thought he would have gone maybe before this. So
yeah, but we
stayed on the board. What were you going to say?
I said, yeah, but we liked him. Liked, past tense.
Yep, not anymore.
They say, Izzy, do you know what we are doing with Matt Milano? Matt Milano is a free agent as of right now. He is an option to bring back. I don't see it unless we don't get a linebacker that we like. But I love Matt Milano. And this year, as the year went on and he got further and further away from the injury, he looked good. He looked really good. Beginning of the year, he looked like he was going to be some ass. But as the year went on, Matt Milano turned on the Matt Milano of old. He wasn't, at all pro Milano mode, but he's pretty damn good. So I don't mind bringing him back, but I think that they would most likely bring Shaq Thompson back because Shaq Thompson has played in the 3-4 defense. He's played in the 3-4, 4-3. He's done it all. Carolina went through their phases. And he was good in all of them. Not saying Matt Milano can't be good in a 3-4, but he's got, 2-3 more years left and then call it a career. I mean, the same thing with Shaq Thompson, but do you want the experiment or do you want the guy who's done it?
Yeah. So you still have Anthony Hill and CJ Allen here as some good fits, you think, for Jim Leonard's defense. Yep. I saw some people talking about Jake Golday previously as well.
Detroit moves up. Just trade the pick to the Lions.
There you go.
This could be a linebacker right here.
And then you have Josiah Trotter as the fourth guy, at least on ESPN's list. And then probably a drop from there to Kyle Lewis and so on. But yeah, so you got 4 guys here, and the Bills got to get one of them. So if there starts a run, they got to do what they can to try to get up. I would really hate to lose out on Trotter at this point. Maybe he'll make it to 66 even, but it's tough to know. Derek Moore going to Detroit now, out of Michigan, so he stays home in Michigan for the Detroit Lions. Let's see here. Edge rusher for Detroit coming up and trading that pick. Getting a hometown guy. And what did they get for that trade? Let's see if we get the. This is where it gets interesting, and the compensation for that trade kind of sets the tone here. So the Lions, let's see. Oh, that's a Cowboys-Niners trade. Nothing to do with the Lions. So Lions come from 50 and give up 128. So they moved up 6 spots and gave up a 4th rounder at 128. So if the Bills want to try to move, the Bills might have to give up, may be able to stay at 66, but it would have to give up maybe all 3 4th rounders. So I'm not sure. It's 66 and a 120 pick to go up, a few spots into the 50s, hopefully, and see if they can get one of these linebackers would be my preference. Drop what you think in the comments, guys. Who you think the Bills, who are you watching for the Bills' next pick? Is there a guy out there you think they got to have? Jacob Rodriguez off the board, so you still have C.J. Allen, you still have Hill, and you still have Trotter out there. And then if you want Gold-A as well, throw that in there.
Hey, late rounds, you have Red Murdoch.
Absolutely, yep.
Freaking fumble machine.
I'd love to get him as a second linebacker, though. I'd like to get one of these top 5 linebackers first, and then you can look at getting, Murdoch, because although he may turn into a stud, there's no guarantee, and you might want to get a guy that has a little bit more of a projection. Yeah.
A little bit more Triple H in him, some pedigree.
Yeah. Make sure they're ready to play the game. All right, Ravens are up next, and then your next team, your prediction for the next team to go linebacker is right after Baltimore. So,
yep. Who did the Bucs take round 1?
Let's see here. Teams. They went Ruben Bain with the 15th pick. So Bain dropping a little bit, getting the edge rusher Ruben Bain at 15. Not a bad pick there.
Nope. And they need to show that defense up because Levante David retired.
We'll have to call our guy Scott, who's in Baltimore, see if he knows who the Ravens are going here.
They're going to lose to the Bills in the playoffs.
All right. Pick is in for Baltimore, so we'll see as the night wears on, the picks will be coming more fast and furious, I believe. I think it's great TV production to draw this out like this, giving some of their players their due on a draft night, but would make for a lot more excitement for me if they kind of gave them away and didn't have all the fluff into it.
So the Ravens picking now.
It's already so the Bucks pick has already been announced on X as well, which is annoying.
See, that's why I stay off that shit, man.
Yeah.
Who'd the Ravens go? Was it Joe Lee, tight end, North NC State?
𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞.
Edge rusher?
Yep. Defensive end, 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞. Yeah.
Yep, edge rusher. From where? Mizzou? Is that Mizzou?
Yep. I believe so. Yep. A couple of Missouri players going to be coming off the board here.
See, the run on edge started by the Bills.
Yeah, come on, ESPN, get with the program. I'm going to try hard to keep my mouth shut, Izzy, until everything's announced. But yeah. Why don't you roll that for a second? I'm going to just get some stuff ready. Hopefully Anthony Romeo is going to join us in just a few, so hang out with us.
I'll tell you what, you call him Tony Romo one more time.
Yeah. So
I'll be
right back.
All right. So we got the Ravens pick is in, and our boy spilled the beans, 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞. And edge rusher, Mizzou. Pretty good player. He was a guy who got a lot of press, and he was getting a lot of push later on in the draft process. He did pretty good at the combine, and he probably goes a lot sooner if this class isn't so packed full of edge rushers. Just a ton of edge rushers. So, yeah, I can see why, but they got a young kid now to either learn from Trey Hendrickson or to pair with Trey Hendrickson. All right. There we go, 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞. So Mark Ingram, drafted by the Saints, repping the Ravens. Okay, Zion. First team All SEC in 2025.
They're still not even announcing the Ravens pick. Jeez.
Yeah. So I was telling him he was getting a lot of draft hype closer to the after the combine and closer to the draft. But if this class wasn't so packed full of edge rushers, he might go, early second, maybe into the late first round. But there were so many edge rushers this draft. And still are so many edge rushers left. Like Barham from Michigan still on the board, even though a Michigan edge rusher just went off the board. There's so many of these edge rushers this year. It's crazy. That's hot. Man, that's what I get.
All right. The pick is in, finally going to be announced for Tampa. But on the broadcast here, they're still talking about Baltimore.
Oh, I got a
shout
Tampa
out to the flag football.
Monday Barber.
Nice. Maybe I'm a little bit behind. But yeah, so the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take Josiah Trotter, Missouri linebacker.
Shut up.
And man, that's killing me, dude. I can't so Rodriguez and Trotter, I thought two of the best fits for the Bills now off the board.
I'm wondering why CJ Allen's falling like this.
Could it be a blessing?
It could be a blessing. But I did say Buccaneers linebacker. Called it. Colts look like they could also use a linebacker. The Falcons could use a linebacker. They lost 𝐬𝐫𝐞𝐬, I believe. Yeah, there's a run on linebackers right here.
Yeah, if you're the Bills, you may want to check in.
Yeah.
Mr. Romeo will be joining us momentarily. So add a little extra flair anytime he's on a broadcast. You know you're going to get some excitement out of him. So stay tuned for the energy here.
Yeah, Romeo pumps me up too. So
hell yeah.
I think it's hard to pump you up, Lance. You might get pumped a little bit, but you kind of like even keel.
Yeah, definitely on the broad. I think a couple years ago I was definitely more animated. Now I've kind of tempered. None of this. I mean, it's tough, man. Some of this stuff and how much energy you give it, and the
taxing.
The taxes you pay on your mind, body, and soul. Look, I'm passionate as anybody about the Bills, and I give it my all when I'm in the stadium, rooting them on. But when I'm sitting here, you know, I am extremely disappointed that, you know, we didn't get top two DTs, and now we're not getting the top two top two linebackers in Trotter or Rodriguez. So TJ Parker, you know, hope he's a really fine player, because definitely lost out on some positions of need to take that edge rusher, even though, you know, he's going to help out a ton with that position room. No doubt about it. But, you know, the Bills are going to have to now get creative at coming up and getting some different players, or, you know, go the free agent route with some of these needs, maybe at plug-in starters. So, you know, we do have the Shaq Thompson deal that could bring a starter in at that position of need, and maybe they're not worried about that. But you know, TJ Parker doesn't necessarily get me excited, and hopefully, you know, that changes come training camp, and you start seeing some preseason games maybe, and start seeing him do some things. You know, it's going to be a learning experience for me, especially, you know, I've seen a lot of even fronts. I watched a lot of even fronts. So with the odd front,
you're still gonna see a lot more even fronts than odd, but you'll see some more odds.
Yep. Yeah, I'm interested to see how that works out.
Yeah, I mean, because we haven't had an odd front defense since Rex Ryan.
Right.
That was 10 years ago. So how much you've grown in a decade?
We didn't even go here.
So Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver, Alabama, to the Steelers.
Was that a trade, or that was their pick? Sorry,
that was their pick. Yeah,
cool.
Jeremy Bernard. So they went and got.
Oh, there was a trade there. Right? Maybe just previously, maybe not traded today, but maybe previously traded.
I was saying, I was looking at it before that, and
there's a little logo there, so I got excited. I'm the reason I'm asking, I'm just intrigued about, you know, what the compensation was, because trying to figure out what the Bills would have to give up to get up to a spot coming up, but I don't know if they necessarily need to trade up at this point, or just let the board come to them and take what they feel.
Yeah, so the Falcons are on the clock right now. This could be CJ Allen right here.
Nope, the Steelers did trade up with the Colts here live. So let's see what that was.
They did? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How did I miss that? I was looking at it.
You're looking right at it, man. What are you doing?
What do you get when you cross an elephant and a rhino?
Hell if I know.
There you go.
All right, 47, and they're getting 249 back. They gave up 53, 135, and 237. So six spots cost them 130s and a 230s pick.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to move myself to the middle. I hope you don't mind, but that's just where I usually am on Thursdays in a three-man front. So I like head in the nose here for everyone. So once again, I'm Lance Nelson, president of Built in Buffalo. To my left here, Izzy from the Red Zone Report, and to my right, Anthony Romeo.
What is up, gentlemen?
How
What's
we
up,
doing,
Doc?
sir?
Oh, long time no see. It's good to be on here with you guys.
Likewise.
Absolutely. How's life, brother? How are we doing?
Good. Everything's going well, man. Excited for the draft. I was very pleased with the outcome yesterday, and today a little more perplexing, but it happens. So we'll see what people think of this. I'm not putting too much weight into it right now, but yeah, it was a shocker. We know that much, but yeah.
Everyone in the comments was waiting for you to get on to tell us your feelings on TJ Parker.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that is my biggest feeling was I was more shocked than anything, just because of the other guys that were there, that all the names that had been mocked to the Bills. I don't think I saw TJ Parker's name anywhere associated with the Bills beyond the Senior Bowl, basically, right? His name was at the Senior Bowl. After that, it was a bunch of other guys, even in this range, even with the Bills trading back. That was not a name that was on my radar for this. And given the choice of guys on the board, that's not who I would have picked. But one of the consistent things that I've said throughout this draft, specifically now that McDermott's gone and we have a new regime at the defense, we didn't know what to expect. Anything is on the table. We don't know. We have no idea what Jim Leonhard wants out of his defense. We have clues based on what he's done in the past. We have no idea what he's thinking at the NFL defensive coordinator level. Now we do. Okay, so he's got, Bradley Chubb. We brought him in to go with Rousseau, and now here it is with Parker, this pick, who is a developmental player. One of the things I do like is he's young, right? He's not one of these 25-year-old guys in the draft, right? So he's young and he's got upside and he can learn, but it's hard not to look back in recent memory and say, we can't let this be an AJ Epinesa where it's he's a reliable guy. You got to have an impact guy. And there was a run just after we picked that was like murderer's row for me. Yeah, Denzel Boston, R. Mason Thomas, Cassius Howell, Christian Miller. I mean, any of those guys, I would have been like, yeah, those are guys I saw mocked to the Bills, guys I would have liked the Bills to draft. Yeah, so I mean, you have to be optimistic because, again, we don't know what to expect out of this coaching staff, and we don't know what they're looking for and what their plan is. At the position we drafted him, we have depth right now that can teach him and he can learn from, and that's promising. But with the holes on this team and where I thought we might go, and with the guys who were still on the board, I mean, I almost would have preferred we trade down again and then get TJ Parker where later in the round. Did you? Yeah. So that's yeah. I mean, maybe there wasn't somebody willing to come up, but yeah, I mean, that's always a dance, right? You got to have somebody there.
Two to tango. Like that.
Yes. So those are my initial thoughts. I'd say yesterday I was happy. A lot of people were freaking out over the trade down, and it's like, look, whoever was number one on the Bills board, which apparently was TJ Parker, they could have got today, right? So no matter what happened, even if it was Boston or something like that, and you wanted that guy, he was still on the board. The Bills still could have got him today. You got better draft capital, and you still got your guy. So there's no reason to be upset about not picking a guy yesterday, in my mind. But now we actually
maybe they wanted KC or maybe they wanted
sure, but he was gone.
But
those guys were right there for us too. And 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭 was my guy that I wanted, but my prediction was that we would trade out. So I'm glad that at least came
now.
True.
Would you have traded up for either of those guys, the safety out of Oregon? Or
no, safety definitely not. I don't care what happens. I'm not trading up for a safety. I don't care if he's the second coming of the greatest safety ever. Like, no, that's not something it's a luxury right now for this team, though. We can't afford luxuries. We have too many holes to fill. So although that sounds nice, what are you going to do? Be the Bengals offense we saw over the last few years with, loaded up on one side, and then your defense can't do anything. So like I can't get on board with that. But we'll see. There's a vision here. Brandon Beane is not making any friends in the fan base. That's for sure with this pick. That's one thing I can say. The only thing I hope with this pick, though, is that Brandon Beane actually took I don't want to say a back seat, but a side seat to, what the coaching staff said. This is what we want in a guy. And Beane didn't just say, nope, this is the guy that I like best, so I'm picking him. You know what I mean? So hopefully the coaches had a say and said, like, yeah, we do believe this is the guy we can develop into what we want him to be and we have a plan for, rather than Beane just saying, I'm still going to be the one in the room making the decision and executing and everything. Beane's pretty good about listening to his guys in general, I'd say, at least in the past. And hopefully he is with this regime too. And I'm sure it's a conversation in the room, but we'll never know the truth on that one. It's just a hope that Beane kind of said, listen, you tell me what guy you think you want to develop and fit the system that you see happening here.
It did appear like they were all on board when, they were in the war room and everybody's clapping it up. None of them looked like they were upset. So probably was a consensus guy that somebody that they were proud of their work when they scouted him. So we'll see. Vikings trade the pick to Carolina.
It's a very active draft this year, which is fun, right? It's two things that I've loved so far about watching this draft are there's a ton of trades happening, and that's always exciting to see who's coming up to get who. And obviously coming in, there was no consensus really beyond the one overall. So, and even that went crazy, right? To me, the Giants had a great day yesterday with their, probably the best player in the draft falling to 5. And then, I mean, tons of other teams coming up and making multiple picks in that first round. So it's been an exciting draft so far.
Agreed. Yeah.
The trade compensation here, you were just talking about it, just with an idea of, hey, what would the Bills give up if they wanted to get back up here? What was the last one, Lance? You had said it just as I was coming on, I think.
Yeah. That was the Pittsburgh Steelers trading up with Indianapolis.
Right.
They gave up a 4th and a 5th, right?
They gave up, 53 and 135, I believe it was.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, it's Jake Delhomme. Cam Newton must have been busy.
Let me get that back up here for us.
Yeah, obviously we know that Brandon Beane is not shy to make a move, right? And that's been in the back of my mind too. Hey, if there's another guy here,
it was Lee Hunter
that's on their board, he would come up and get him.
So 49 costed, so a 2-spot move, 51 and 196 for 49 and 159. So that's not going to cost much now.
Yeah.
If you want to go get your guy, and there goes, I won't say it because it's way ahead. Sorry. I'm looking up the draft compensation.
Is already in? Yours is? Yeah. You already.
Oh no, they saw it. Okay, Lee Hunter.
Lee Hunter. Yeah, that's the
Panthers. Sorry.
Yeah, I already said they announced it.
Okay.
You must be behind a little bit, Lance, because I'm watching the broadcast on.
No, I just got caught up looking in the trade compensation, and I lost my spot. My fault.
Oh, you son of a.
Yeah, 51 and 159 for 49 and 196. So, Lee Hunter gone. So there's another
defensive tackle. Yeah. Some of these guys that were on our wish list for sure, the size.
I'd be fine with Dominique Orange though, too, honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
Corleone, like Izzy was saying, Corleone's there, and he can be had much later on. It looks like. So, if they want to wait a bit on that and not spend, I think you got to try to get the best linebacker you can get at this point between Hill, Allen, and Golday. But we'll see if they stick and wait for him at 66, or I don't know if Golday is even really a guy, if 66 is too early for him or not. But let's see.
Golday, okay. A little slower of a linebacker when it comes to speed wise, but
right
3-4. You're looking for thumpers, not
very very athletic. QB spy value, 3rd round grade, so maybe a
coverage
3rd rounder.
linebacker. Yeah, I see.
doesn't defeat blocks very well. Again, Gordon, my information on these scouts are from draftgradebook.com, put out by Chris Trapasso, did a great job with the site. So Devin Lloyd comp, Peyton Wilson comp, so Chad Muma for 𝐶𝐿. I was really on Trotter, so that's super disappointing. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of these guys, like you have Bryce Botker there. You have Kyle Lewis. Smaller guys, though, I think they need 235, 240 type of guy. You got CJ Allen at 230 there. The best on the board thus far as grades go. And then Anthony Hill, 6'2", 238. So, I mean, straight line speed, blitzer, reliable tackler, younger guy. So maybe if Anthony Hill Jr. drops to the Bills, that's a blessing to get down there,
Yeah, ESPN has him as the number 1 linebacker on the board. So that tells me, at this rate, though, again, it's been so unpredictable. It's not like ESPN is the end-all be-all here, but the fact that there are, a few names on this list that I've at least heard associated with the Bills, like, oh, I could see the Bills drafting this guy, gives me some promise on the linebacker front. But when are you going to take a defensive tackle then? If linebacker's the next pick, you got to have somebody.
So they do have ammo to move back up. So the next pick after is 101, and so you could package up a 4th and a 5th to move back into the 3rd if you really wanted to. But we'll see what happens there.
And, there's still the wide receivers out there, right? I mean,
yeah,
that's another position that we're expecting to at least add one guy, right? So
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling down the list.
They got a flurry of picks coming up here, though. They do have 66 and then 101, 125, 126 there. So, one of those things where you look at potentially giving up 126, 167 to go up, or if they go from 101 up, if they want to go 66 and 167, maybe they can get up a few spots there. If they want to get further up into the end of the 2nd, beginning of the 3rd type of deal to get their guy, but we'll see.
Curtis Martin.
I just feel like the drop off at linebacker is going to be a lot quicker than the drop off at D tackle. If you're looking from a nose perspective, you're just looking for a big old fat dude that's going to plug some holes. And I think like that dude can be just a dude. It could be insert name here, whether it is, Big Citrus or whether it's, Corleone or whomever. You have a lot more wiggle room there because you're not expecting too much out of them. You're really just looking for a guy that can plug holes, and you don't necessarily need him. I was saying Kevin Jaboti Jr. is the 15th ranked on draftgradebook.com out of Syracuse, and guy that can be aligned anywhere along the defensive line, potentially Fedarian Mathis type, who the Bills just re-signed, right? So if they want a Fedarian Mathis type there, you get Kevin Jaboti Jr. out of Syracuse potential. But
you can cut Fedarian Mathis because you have a more quality contract that's controlled, price controlled.
Yeah, they would probably keep him around on the practice squad, though, because he's definitely a guy they seem to like his approach and attitude that he brought last year. Who knows? And new coaching staff. So
he's very energetic, and he's also got a good motor to him. Yep. He's just not that skilled. Like he doesn't wow you with like technique.
Oh, the route is on. Yankees routing Houston to start the game 3-0.
There we go.
All right. So D'Angelo Pons went to New York. That's a good pick for for the Jets. They're taking a lot of guys. They're taking the Indiana guys. So Pons will join Omar Cooper Jr. in New York there, New Jersey, I should say.
So it took Cooper, Pons now. Who's the other guy it took?
Joe Mama.
Oh. I see what you did there.
Had to do it to you, Izzy. I apologize. David Bailey.
Bailey was the second overall pick. Yeah.
Bailey, Sadiq, Cooper Jr. and
that's the one.
Pons.
The tight end from Oregon.
Yeah, they're loading up with some prospects here. Now they don't pick until the 4th round, but 3 4th-round picks as well. So,
I mean, 3 first-round picks and 3 4th-round picks are kind of evens out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Jets. I mean, on paper, those are some good picks. The Bailey one shocked me a little bit because I thought for sure they were going to pick Reese, and the fact that Reese fell to the Giants was just like, okay, I'd gladly take him if I were them too, even though they've got an abundance there. But so the Bailey picks surprised me, but the others, I mean, obviously when you're making this many high picks, you're improving your team. But Sadiq, obviously one of the best tight end in this draft, and then adding at positions of need, Omar Cooper Jr. Bills have heard plenty about him, right? He was on our radar as well. The versatility and the upside and really riser in the last few weeks, right? So good on them for the improvement. Obviously expectations will be low in New York this year, but certainly it seems like they are picking. They're not making the bonehead picks that they usually do. Although you could argue that second pick was not what was expected of them.
Yep. 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 now going to the Vikings. So you got CJ Allen and you got who's the other guy?
Anthony Hill Jr.
Hill Jr. Yep. Those are the two. I mean, Hill Jr.
I don't know how they're
on ESPN, he's the top guy, and CJ Allen's second. So we'll see. Like I said, maybe it'll be a blessing in disguise, but I just feel like with those two being the only ones left, I know you still have the Shaq Thompson safety net here, but you probably want to get one of these two guys here.
And we're at pick what now in this round? We're at
pick
51.
20. Yeah, 20 in the round. Yeah.
So 51 just happened. They're at 62 now. We pick at 66.
Yeah, correct. So we got to get up 14 spots.
So if you give up a 5th, which we have 2 of, we should theoretically be able to get here. But the Packers make a pick, and I believe the Packers need a linebacker as well. They do not, actually. They need an edge rusher, defensive line, O-line,
linebacker listed on ESPN, at least, is one of their top 5 needs.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering. So obviously, for Minnesota to trade up and take a linebacker, there must have been some leverage there that, hey, another team wants to come up here. Or, maybe they just wanted to get up and get their guy. But if Green Bay wasn't the team they were afraid of, maybe the Bills were on the phone there saying, hey, we need to come up and get our guy.
The Packers didn't have a first-round pick, did they?
No.
This is their first pick of the draft.
Correct. That would be part of the trade with Dallas. Yeah.
See, that's why you don't trade with the Cowboys. So the Cowboys do dumb shit like letting the Eagles get Mekhi Lemon.
Right? Hey, there were worse outcomes for us in that matter, so I'm okay with Lemon going.
Yeah, looking at some of the,
I'm saying the Cowboys they got to face him now twice a year.
Oh yeah,
they traded with the freaking Eagles.
That's what I was going to say. Looking at our division, folks, you have Jacob Rodriguez going to Miami, a guy we're heavy on. They got Caden Proctor, an O tackle from Alabama, and then they also got Chris Johnson at 27, a corner from San Diego State. Not guys that were super high on my radar, at least for the Bills, but Jacob Rodriguez, obviously the big one that stings there. And then obviously the Patriots have just picked once and took tackle Caleb Lomu with a trade with the Bills, so not overly concerned there. But the Jets have now taken Cooper Jr. and D'Angelo Pons, 2 guys I thought that would be interesting fits for the Bills, and will no longer come to fruition here. So
yeah, they're looking to get some championship players who know how to win in the draft and also have talent in Pons and Cooper Jr. just come off a national championship. They're not getting a lot of Super Bowl champions going to the freaking Jets, right? A lot of guys who just won a Super Bowl aren't going to the Jets. They might go to the Giants, but they suck as of late too. So they're generally speaking, they're avoiding New Jersey as a whole. But
the coach has some pull there now, though. The Giants winning that to Harbaugh, so.
But Aaron Glenn,
some guys,
like Aaron Glenn, we don't know what you do.
Yeah, he did not impress in year one. So,
and Robert Saleh, same thing. Like he got defenders to come there, but he didn't get any guys on offense really to go there. And it's just you haven't given them a vote of confidence to want to join your team, and all of a sudden you think that you're going to compete. No, you have to earn that right. Like when McDermott came to Buffalo and Tyrod Taylor throws for 14 touchdowns that season and we make the playoffs, you're like, how did we do that? He had to earn that. And then players wanted to come here. Then he draft Josh Allen, and then players want to come here.
Yep.
There's a process that you have to follow. The same thing with the Chiefs. They did the same exact thing. They went and got Alex Smith. They traded for him. They made the playoffs a couple of years. They traded with us to get Mahomes, and then all of a sudden, everybody wants to go play with Mahomes. You start getting discounts.
Speaking of Mahomes, well, look at the Chiefs draft so far, right? They've really kind of, I think, sent a message about what their plan is this year. Defense, right? They are
defense
saying,
and run the ball.
Yeah, they really want, because they're planning for Patrick Mahomes to not be back or not be fully himself, it seems, right? And they obviously have had holes on defense to fill, but being aggressive with coming up to get their guy and at 6 at cornerback, to replace their star that they trade away, and then still going defensive tackle with their second first-round pick. And then in the second round, still keeping it on defense with 𝐼 Thomas, who, was definitely on a lot of boards. So, yeah, I mean, really rounding out that defense there and saying, we're going to throw all the darts we can here because it's a totally different style of team this year.
Absolutely.
What's it like to be on a board, Anthony? You've been on a lot of boards now.
I've been waterboarded.
Does that count?
You see this little run on corners
Chairman
going
of
here,
the board. Yeah.
Brandon Cece.
We got a little run on corners. Avion Terrell went, then Lee Hunter, then D'Angelo Pons, then Jake Galde, then Brandon Cece. I wonder if he's going to keep up with this whole back and forth of corners.
That's not too surprising at this point in the draft. I mean, obviously premium position cornerback, and that was the story coming in was, the top 2, maybe 3 guys were round 1 possible talent, and then there was a chunk of maybe 7 or 8 guys that were the next tier of, pick your poison, pick the guy that you like best.
And he is crying like a baby right now. Good for him.
on the broadcast, I don't know.
On the broadcast.
Yeah.
Stop being such a sissy. Come on. Be a man.
Was that a pun for his name, or was that a?
That was
yeah, a little bit, yeah. Stop being such a sissy. Because that's not how the line goes if you watch that movie.
Yeah, right.
Uh-oh, Pat McAfee.
Is he making the pick? Yeah.
Yeah, sufferer of the most dangerous 3 letters in all of sports entertainment. RKO.
Nice. My mom's pointing out here from Utica, Mike Washington Jr. Yeah, Ma, he's a running back, and the Bills won't be looking at him. But good story from local kids, Central New York.
He's at Arkansas, right?
Yep.
Is he the top? He might be one of the
He's
top
the
top running back left right now. Yeah.
Yep. He was 3rd overall running back grade.
Something about running backs named Mike from Central New York. You had Mike Hart back in the day.
That's true. Yeah, right. They get drafted.
I remember in high school going to see Mike Hart run the ball all over teams. That was a good time.
Yeah, I remember that as well.
All right, who they picking? Come on.
McAfee finally took the neck brace off after some WrestleMania hoopla.
There goes our CJ Allen.
Yep.
CJ Allen to the Colts. So you basically have your
That's a
guy
great fit. Yeah.
Hill from Texas left
Yep.
at linebacker. There's plenty more there, but it's just a matter of where's the fall off here as to where you're just gonna wait. And you could you're now looking at potentially Red Murdoch as your only linebacker selection, or someone like that in a later round at this point with what linebackers are left.
Romeo. There you go. You have like a glare on your glasses, and it's making your eye look like this.
Ooh, I got the
all these other
look going.
linebackers here. Maybe Elam's or
It's the light.
Yeah,
Come up here.
It's hitting it's hitting that right where your eyes at. You like this. Like somebody
it's
poked you.
always tough with the
Let's
ring light.
fix
Yeah?
it. Right.
So you got Elarms or from
Let's try this.
TCU, 6'2", 234. It's got some size to him. I like that.
I see him more as a 4th or 5th round pick, though.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be later at this point, and then you got Jimmy Rolder out of Michigan. So, you got some guys with some size still left here, but I just, where is the fall off still negligible or what?
If you get Anthony Hill Jr., the fall off is negligible, yeah. But if they want to get if they want to get a linebacker, they're going to have to jump.
Yeah. I thought my mom wrote something that wasn't what she meant.
Oh. What?
There's the other Justin Jefferson on the board is another name that has been tossed around, but that's probably later rounds as well.
What'd you say about your mom, Lance?
When I read it quickly, I thought that word was something different.
I did too, and then I was like, "Oh, she meant Colts." But I didn't read who sent it, and then I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh, that's Miss Nancy. She didn't say that."
I just saw that.
Amazing.
But I looked over and I was like, "Huh?" Because my brain
laugh.
does that, like instantaneously.
You're good at finding it. Is that what you're saying?
If there's nothing else I'm good at is deciphering that type of information.
All right, I like it. Well played.
Comes out to my sense of humor. The Eagles pick is in. Let's go, Eagles. Let's see what you did.
What are you doing?
I didn't.
What are you doing over there? Eli Stowers.
Interesting
pick.
Yeah.
Stowers. I don't like his name.
Putting Goddard on notice there, you think? Or, I mean, obviously with his injuries and age.
Yeah, I think he's already on notice. He's,
He served well for me in my
fantasies
last night. I don't know if both were you in the fantasy league, Romeo? I know Izzy was.
Yes.
Yeah, you were, right? I think so. Yeah. So if you guys, can up your game next year, you can have a shot at the champ here.
That looks great, that title. It's going to look great right over here. See, I saved a spot for it right there.
It's right there, yeah.
So the Chargers pick is in. I can see them going defensive lineman.
Chargers?
Yeah, their pick is in. I
Patriots?
Can see them
they traded up with the Patriots?
I guess. But their pick is in right now. And
yeah, it's a trade. The Patriots came up here.
Oh, the Patriots are on now?
Yep. All right. 55 costs 63, 131, and 202. So still a 3-for-1 deal right now.
Where are the Patriots?
Come up into this. Say again?
Where you said the Patriots came up?
Yes,
yeah,
they're making this pick.
Patriots gave 63, 131, and 202.
To get to
55.
Oh, okay.
So eight spots up, and 131, I believe, is one of the Bills' original picks, if I'm not mistaken.
So this could be a tight end for the Patriots. It could be defensive line. I think it's more likely to be an edge rusher or a receiver, though.
A boat's a boat, but a mystery box could be anything.
It could even be a boat.
Yeah. I think there's this might be like a Ted Hurst here or something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see who they traded up for here. Is it just a go get your guy scenario? I mean, the Jaguars are picking next. I don't think there's anything obvious that they're both competing for here.
Yeah, no, I think that they jumped up so that way they could, avoid us jumping them or somebody else jumping them. Sometimes you don't jump because, you want to jump in front of somebody else. Sometimes you want to prevent somebody from jumping in front of you.
Might as well jump. No? Music fans?
I
Go
was kinda
ahead
feeling that.
and jump.
Thank you. Thank you for humoring me. I'll be here all night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
You could do the 3-6 Mafia version. I wanna get drunk. It's too early right now. Too much draft left.
Sure. Too much draft left, indeed.
That's right.
Right.
The Jaguars are next.
Shows pick in on the broadcast. The draft cast does not show pick is in.
Your mom says I did it. Sorry.
Yeah, we know. We know.
Oh, Lord of mercy. Your mom is.
We just had to readjust. We just had to readjust our glasses a little bit.
She is out of control.
Yeah.
Either that or she's joking, saying, "No, I meant to say that, bastards." Oh.
With the Jags being on the clock next, my dream scenario is still finding a way to get BTJ on our team. I would love to trade with them and make that happen. And now it seems like the more the draft goes on, the lower that price gets. So I don't know if they're itching to trade him or, what'll happen next, but that's certainly someone. When he was in the draft, I wanted the Bills to trade up and get, just because the very first time I turned on his tape, I said, this is a guy I want Josh Allen to play with. Like, he can get deep. He can catch the ball. Like, he can do the things that Josh needs a guy to do for him. And even though he saw a drop off,
I think what you probably said was, now here's a guy.
Now here's a guy.
We'll give you a 4th and Keon Coleman. Best we can do.
Yeah, right. Best we can do.
We'll give you a 4th Keon Coleman, and you give us BTJ and 56.
I'll take BTJ.
All right, we'll give
Throw
you
in your 2027 one while you're at it.
No 2027s here.
No,
After
you know
the
what's
Bills,
interesting? Actually, nobody has traded. It's a 2027 pick. It seems this year.
I saw
Right?
one. I saw one yesterday, I believe, and I was like, "Ah, man, I wish the Bills would have got that deal."
Yeah. Was it a
I don't
third
remember.
or something? Yeah, because I mean, it's just usually you see that happening. Like, oh, next year's third, or this year's second, and next year's second, or whatever. A lot of picks traded, but not, not a lot of 2027 capital. Everybody's holding that tightly, which I always find funny, because we all look at that next year's draft as this ideal thing that's going to happen right now because of all the quarterbacks that are potentially coming out, which means other talent is going to fall. And now it's a matter of, will it actually play out that way next year? And we won't know until the end of the season. I mean, if who saw Indiana being the top pick, right?
7th rounder?
I did. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing about next year's draft too is they say it's a very strong draft class because there's going to be a lot of quarterbacks that are supposed to be really good. What if they're not? But also, when you say a strong draft class, do they mean that it's going to be a draft class that's loaded at the top, like the whole first round is going to be loaded with talent, and then like the rest of that is weak sauce? Or is there like this class where the center of the draft seems to be where the strength is?
Yeah.
You had like 12 or 13 players who are really top-notch elite guys, and then the rest of the meat and potatoes, as people have been calling it on social media, is between the beginning of the second and the end of the 4th round. Like what are we talking about?
We're thick in the middle of the meat right here for sure.
Yeah, we're in the meat and potatoes.
This year, it definitely seemed like consensus coming in that there was better to be had in the rounds 2 through 5.
But how much this year? Yeah,
out of Illinois for the Patriots pick.
But next year, what is better look like?
That's kind of my point. That they're even teams seem to be less willing to. Nobody's willing to give up their first, which tells you there's some expected to be better top talent. But even the later rounds, people are holding on to, thinking, I'm going to need that in order to either leverage next year's move up to get the guy we want, or there's so much talent in next year's draft that the second round next year is basically the first round this year. So you're not giving up your second, and vice versa with, later rounds as well. So interesting that they're just, everybody seems to be holding on to those 2027 picks.
Name change for this guy. He's officially Gabe Jackass.
The next New England
being a Patriots selection, I think we got to give him that name. That's good.
I like it.
I mean, it's Akas, but for hatred's sake.
I like that better. Yeah.
Say what we want.
Although I do
Right.
like those uniforms. They look awfully familiar. No, nothing. All right.
Which uniforms?
Yeah, I was
Illinois.
saying-
They look just
yeah,
like
okay.
Syracuse uniforms.
Oh yeah, there you
They look
go.
exactly like Syracuse. Navy blue jersey,
Yep.
orange helmet. Their letter is blue with the white outline. It's exactly like Syracuse.
Call me checking some. I had to check on some hockey real quick. So
Oh, how's it
sorry,
going?
Canadians Lightning are tied 2 in the second period here.
Ah, the Canadians. Is that the team that they call the Canucks?
Nope. The Vancouver Canucks would be the Canucks.
Okay, so those are two different teams. Okay,
Oh yeah, completely different cities, far east and west coasts of Canada. Even. Yep.
yep. Because I know that Canuck is oftentimes a derogatory term. At least I've been told for Canadians,
Yep.
which is odd. I guess they're.
I wouldn't say it's derogatory, but yeah, it's a term for them for sure.
I've heard some of them find it derogatory. I don't know if it's all of them, but
Maybe that's why that one Canadian hated me that one night. I got drunk. No, I'm just kidding.
Ha.
Nate Borkacher.
Yeah.
from
Jags
Texas
go with a
A&M
tight
goes to
end.
the Jags. So
Shocking.
we didn't trade with the Jags to get their 56 or BTJ as of yet. So hold on to your seatbelt there, Romeo.
nice catch.
Never know. It could happen at any time.
Yep.
But that was a great time to have it happen. That's also the Jags' first pick, isn't it? Or did they have a pick yesterday?
That was
Did they
their
trade
pick.
back in?
No, they did not.
Right. So many teams had 2 picks yesterday that this is basically a lot of teams first. Yeah.
Yep.
Borkacher
Jaguars
from
first pick, yeah.
ATM.
Now they've got 3 third-round picks here, so that's an area where could be looking at the Bills.
The
moving around.
BTJ. Yeah. So you're saying there's a chance, especially the way this fell, if the rumor that the Bills were trying to trade up for 𝐾𝐶 BTJ is this. They're in the same mold in my book. That's the kind of guy you need. That's
Similar,
going to, make plays down the field. I think Concepcion is a little more
Small.
higher upside right now based on BTJ's fall off in year 2 there. But yeah,
I'd say that the Concepcion has a higher ceiling, but BTJ overall is a bigger.
you know what
player.
and you know what you're going to get, right? So we've seen him play in the NFL versus that's always a positive. So
Question is, was the scheme no longer a fit for him under Liam Cohen, or was there something else that was a factor?
Grenard just got traded to the Eagles of all teams that needed more pass rush.
Grenard?
Yes, Grenard from the Vikings just got traded to the Eagles and is agreeing to a 4-year, $100 million deal after being moved.
Oh, okay.
Wow, Eagles just attacking pass rush.
They do that. Like,
Yeah, right. That's it works for them. Obviously, they've been a good team.
I did hear a rumor that they may end up having to trade Carter. What's his
Right.
name?
I
Carter?
mean, right. They definitely have an abundance of riches now. Bills
You
could
can't-
make a call. I wouldn't be mad if the Bills
Yeah.
started making that call.
you
Being
can't keep them
like,
all.
okay, yeah, right. You have some excess now. Which one are you willing to part with? And let us get a chance at. Granted, likely with those guys, it would mean a new
Mhm.
contract as well, which we know seems to be a hurdle for us, the Bills.
Money, 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 money.
Right.
Well, he's young. He's 24 years old, so you'd sign him to like a 6-year deal with a void or 2 at the end, and you'd be able to spread
Sure.
that out pretty
You
good.
definitely make it work. Yeah.
Like Brandon Beane's, he's been pretty much a wizard with that. We've signed players, and we're like, how do we afford that? How do we give Joey Bosa last year $12.5 million? And you're like, oh yeah, we spread it out over 5 years.
Yeah, that tactic isn't paying dividends all the time though, because
No.
some of those deals didn't pan out as guess for the players either. So kind of take a shot. That Von Miller shot, would have been a lot better if he stayed healthy in that one year and gave us the push we needed in the playoffs. But
yeah, no risk it, no biscuit, All right, I'll be right back, guys.
2 third-round picks for a great pass rusher. Man, that dude knows how to work some trades and some boards. It's crazy. Eagles GM there, Rose.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Certainly, he's gained a reputation of making magic happen when it comes to both his draft picks and just roster moves in general, I think.
It's a mover and a shaker, they say.
That Grenard, bringing in Grenard, certainly should free up somebody that they'll have to unload.
Yeah, Chicago makes their pick. I just saw the name, and now it's off the board here. I see next.
He said, I thought he said Bernard. I was like, we traded Terrell Bernard to the Eagles.
Grenard. That would be a blockbuster trade. But
considering he's not on our team, to trade him.
Terrell Bernard.
Oh, Terrell. Oh, I thought you said
Terrell Bernard. Yeah.
That's what I thought you said it was Bernard. I was like, we traded.
Oh.
Of course, it would also come with a ridiculously untenable dead cap. Yeah. So yeah, this year at least. Next year that might be.
I'd have to take this box back then.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
I'll see a little live something here. We're gonna do a little giveaway. These guys stay tuned. For some charity. See if I have a knife down here.
Ooh, do I get an entry?
That's not a knife.
Try.
Doing a live unboxing here.
All right. It's like a reaction channel.
Yeah, that's right.
So how you been, man?
Keeping things well, trying to get through the days and the troubles and enjoy the highs and limit the lows, That's how you got to do. How about you, man? Izzy, it's been a while, man.
Yeah.
It's this stretch of, the season and postseason's over and we all go through a bit of depression and build it back up, right? So
yeah, especially after that playoff loss. That sucks. You can't enjoy the sunny ones if you don't have a few rainy ones.
That's right. That's right. And we're used to it by now. That's what I tell people. It still hurts like heck, but it's.
You don't matter how many times you get kicked in the balls, it hurts each time.
Right. Perfect analogy there. Perfect comparison.
Words a little rain.
No one gets in the balls.
Sunshine, the rain.
Tomorrow here, Gregory Rousseau himself will be here in Syracuse doing an autograph session, and I'm taking my son to that tomorrow. Okay. So excited to awesome. Get a picture with him and get an autograph. Yeah, my son
Syracuse?
Yeah, he'll be in Syracuse. Yeah, so
if you guys are around Buffalo, anybody listening there, DJ Moore is going to be at Paula's Donuts on Sunday for a taping of Buffalo Under the Helmet. I'll be there. Rich Gensler is the host of Buffalo Under the Helmet. They're in conjunction with Team Lammy. I think they were at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center, and Paula's Donuts for sponsors. But yeah, got this little.
The freaking Texans run the board.
Ooh, look at that color. I haven't seen one in that color.
Yep. Terrell Bernard. It says Playmaker on it. So
not this year.
Custom. If you guys are into sick customs like this, head over to the Billia on Facebook. It's and then Billia, Billia. Check out that group and you can win. They got some auctions. They got some razzes and really cool custom pieces like this. So
yeah, I was going to say. They picked that color, huh? They made that one. I have pretty much every, every version of a signed Bills helmet at this point. But
there you go.
Something like that I do not have.
I'll sell it to you for twice the amount I paid for it.
So the Bears just
0 times 0. You got it.
First center off the board to the Bears, Logan Jones from Iowa, and now the Niners have traded the 26th pick in the second round to the Browns. Browns are dipping their toe back in. What do they want? They already got 2 receivers.
Man, the two that the Bills wanted too, right? So
yeah, Boston and Concepcion. Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
Oh, and he
Yeah, I
comes
can't
off the
believe he's
board.
still
The
on the
next
board.
safety.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's another great get for
Yeah, they ran to the
Cleveland.
podium with that one. That
Yeah,
took
they
no
had
time.
to.
Jeez, yeah, that's the first one of the entire draft where it's been that quick, I think. So
They ran to the
the
podium.
entire
literally,
draft.
and
Usually
put that one
ESPN
in
is
there.
like, no, we will not accept it until we air 4 more commercials and get our time in.
Like I'm getting mine on NFL.com, and I have the tracker on a separate window, and I was like, "Hang on, this already came up. They ran that shit in."
Yeah, they did. They said
What
this
a
guy
pick.
does not belong down here. Yeah, and here we are. Less than what? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 picks away from the Bills' pick already.
His family looks like, all right, well, you're a Brown. That is a dude right there. I mean, it is Ohio, though, right? Toledo?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So close to home.
Right, getting the hometown guy. I didn't even think of that. You're right.
Yep.
It's like when we draft Stonehouse.
Detroit did that with the Michigan rusher they got. So,
And we're going to do that when we draft Stonehouse in the 7th round.
well, I want to do that with Red Murdoch.
Murdoch.
Call him Daredevil.
Or Lethal Weapon. Murdoch and
Oh,
what was Mel Gibson's character? Danny Glover was Murdoch. Or no, that was Murtaugh. Never mind, my bad.
Murtaugh, yeah.
Murtaugh. Getting too old for this shit.
That's a good one.
Yo,
baby. Whoa, baby.
Don't be Anthony Hill Jr. Please don't be Anthony Hill Jr. Please don't be Anthony Hill Jr.
It's another AFC team going to take one of our guys. They already got Caden McDonald.
Yep. Freaking bastards.
yeah, that middle stretch run, like I said, was pretty tough after our pick, really.
Who is this freckled bastard?
Not sure. I'm not listening to it. Marlon Klein.
Tight end from Michigan. Okay.
All
There's a run on tight ends.
I was just about to say, the second round was not where I was expecting a run on tight ends in this draft, but that's where it's
3 or
happening.
4 of them.
Yeah.
Stowers, Borkircher.
Yep. 3 out of the last 6 picks.
Very interesting indeed.
And
all right. Well, we're 7
Lee.
picks away here. You still have your guy Hill. I thought you said, did you say, or maybe I misunderstood, but did you say Hill was one of the top fits you had in this for the Bills?
For a 3-4, yeah. For a 3-4 defense, he is a downhill thumper, true middle linebacker, and he's good in coverage. I don't know how he fell this far. This is insanity to me.
Yeah, this should be area where the Bills should be able to get up and get a guy that they need. Here, I think they shouldn't have to give up too much. They should only have to give up one of maybe the 120s, or they could even maybe give up 2 of the later picks potentially.
I think they could give up like the 6th,
167, 168.
Yeah,
with 166.
Because you're moving up from the 3rd, like to the end of the 2nd round. It's not
right.
There are no compensatory picks in the 2nd round, so you're talking about like the 2nd or 3rd to the last pick in the round. Basically, move back 5 picks, save some money, and take our 6th round pick.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams are on the clock.
Yeah, pick is in for the Titans, so that's good.
One of their needs is linebacker too, but they need.
I know, yeah. I don't think, not quite the same.
I can see them going running back. I can see Mike Washington from Arkansas going here to them because they didn't get a running back earlier. They could go edge. Wide receiver. Also, Calvin Ridley is getting old. He's 31 now. Who did they take before? Titans. I know they traded up in the 1st. They got Carnell Tate, wide receiver, so that's taken care of.
Solid, yeah. That was kind of a surprising pick where it was as well.
And then
but then they came back as Falk, yeah.
So they got an edge and a receiver. So offensive line is a big thing for them, but offensive line went crazy in the first round, at the beginning of this round. So at the end of this round here, if there's an offensive lineman that they really like, they could go that route, but then it's running back and linebacker. So I think Mike Washington, Western New York
The
native.
Utica kid.
Yeah, Western New York native.
Central New York, really. But yeah.
Central New York. Utica Central?
Central. It's right in the middle of the state, so I'd say it's central, but
Maybe I'm thinking Ithaca.
Ithaca's about
South.
the same.
Yep.
Yeah. Southern tier.
Man, I got to get my geography of New York State down. I haven't lived there in...
I went to college in Utica, so I have a little bit of experience.
Ithaca is a city on Cayuga Lake in New York's Finger Lakes region. Oh, Rochester's technically in the Finger Lakes region.
Yep, for sure.
Opposite end of the Finger Lakes region.
Yeah,
pretty much completely, actually. That's like the 2 points of a square on the Finger Lakes region.
Yeah. Far northwest,
Yeah.
southeast.
Indeed.
Ithaca also featured in the movie Road Trip.
Ithaca is gorgeous, they say.
It is. It's lovely out there. But the University of Ithaca, remember Road Trip? You ever see the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Tom Green?
Oh, yeah.
Is it? Yeah, yeah.
What'd you do, murder a cheetah?
I'm like,
The rotary girder splint.
you going to pass that doobie, son?
Yeah, good movie.
The Godfather. Did he get drafted just now? Okay, no. They're just showing a bunch of players for the mid rounds.
Oh, I was confused. Are you watching the NFL Network broadcast?
No, I'm watching ABC Network.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They got this shit on too many channels.
You're right.
ABC, ESPN, NFL Network, ESPN Deportes, if you're, like me, but not English speaking. Sí, señor.
Hi, Papi.
Is it me, or are these picks moving slower as we're getting closer to the Bills?
Yeah, no, it just slowed right. Well, it's with the guys rushing to the podium.
That's your heart rate.
That's right.
Your heart rate's slowing down a little bit.
We're live right now.
This could be a wide receiver, Jacoby Lane, maybe.
Say, go Bills.
Go Bills.
Woohoo! Go Bills!
What's up, buddy?
I love you. Have a good night's sleep. Yeah.
Fuck!
What?
Oh man.
I'll be up later.
Well, what's our backup plan?
Anthony
Hill
Hill Jr.
to the Titans.
I said the F word loud on this broadcast.
Let's go. Maybe. I mean, now we gotta throw a curveball in here somewhere, right? We have to go.
Big Orange, Big Citrus.
Yeah, Big Citrus still on the board. Wide receiver.
Wide receivers. Who's still available? Wide receivers.
Branch. I mean, I like Branch. Yeah, he's a third round projection, so that would fit. Granted, it's the top of the third round. Maybe they'll trade down again. That would be shocking at this point.
Get in a territory where you have Brazell, you have Hurst as some speed guys here on the board. Top of the third kind of guys. You said Branch as well.
I like Branch, but he ran a lot of the whole Shakir skit, like where it's mostly short routes. I don't know if that was by design this year only, or I haven't seen previous tape of him, but it was a lot of screen.
There's a lot of talk about Skylar Bell too. I don't know if he's necessarily here, but Dominique Orange.
If we go with a Bell, I want Chris Bell.
There you go.
Wide receiver out of Louisville. He's coming off an injury, but I think the Bills are going to give Keon Coleman an honest shot. So if you have a receiver coming off an injury, you can let him rehab. And
I don't think Keon Coleman should prevent it. I don't think Josh Palmer or Keon Coleman should prevent the Bills from doing anything at wide receiver. I think you have your top three at DJ Moore, Shakir, and then Josh Palmer could be really nice if he stays healthy with DJ Moore now added to the room. But then that's why I wanted Omar Cooper Jr. because I just thought he could come in and push for one of those top three spots. And iron sharpens iron. You're gonna just feel like that would have been perfect fit. But
Another tight end.
Buffalo Buckeye here says Chris Bell would be perfect as well. So
look, he's a first round pick if he doesn't get hurt.
Ring the damn bell, right?
Yeah, if he doesn't get hurt, he's a first round pick. No question in my mind.
Mom's had it with commercials. Yeah, we know. We don't love him either.
But another tight end off the board.
Speaking of commercials, though, let's pay the bills here. We've been on for 2 hours now.
Bills.
Exactly. So Built in Buffalo is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Here's a word from them. And you know what's funny? Somewhere between week 1 and week 3, Awaken 180 stopped feeling like maybe this works and started feeling real. I'm down 18 pounds in just 3 weeks. And now it's not just the scale talking. I could see it in my face, feel it in my shirts, my jacket, my pants. My joints already feel happier. I can stand at my desk at work for much longer. And I'm moving around a whole lot easier. That's the part that hits you when losing weight stops being an idea and starts showing up in everyday life. And I've got to say, my coach, Jen, has been a huge part of that. She's been amazing, encouraging the positives, helping me adjust things, offering alternatives. And I've even been surprised at how fun this has been. Awaken 180 is a complete program, coaching, structure, ease, weekly weight loss, then free support for life, all medication free. Do what I did and schedule a consultation at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. Well, that's interesting. The Bills just traded up and are on the clock now as we're running some of that. So Max Clare, the tight end, goes to the Rams, and now the Bills trade up to 62.
I can see it in your face too, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I've lost some weight myself.
The Bills are, what are they giving up here? Must have given up.
Probably 6. They only moved up 4 spots.
They gave up 182 and 66 to get there. Yep.
So
66, 182 to the Broncos for 62.
This has got to be a defensive tackle. Could be a wide receiver. I don't know whether linebackers are available on the board.
Going to get their guy. Yeah, I mean, the linebacker. Is there one linebacker that they're saying we can't miss out on anymore? Like all the linebackers on our board are. I mean,
my guess,
Kyle Lewis isn't that for me.
My guess would be Chris Brazzell, maybe. He could be the guy. Kyle Lewis
is the next one, but I don't know if he's really.
Could be. Jayshon Barham is an edge. We just drafted one of those.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Gotta be Dominic Branch here. Yeah. Or if they want Branch, Brazell, or Hurst.
Yep.
There's a lot of Branch talk, and Skylar Bell, I wouldn't assume they're going to trade up for right now. So Bills are on the clock, Mr. Romeo.
Oh, let's go. We traded up.
Up. They gave up 66 and 182 to get to 62.
That's excellent.
See, you went to go release Kraken, and all of a sudden we trade up.
My son was calling for me. He must have known the Bills pick was coming up.
I know. My son just came down and said, "Oh, can you come up?" And we usually listen to a couple songs and talk before as he settles in. So he was hoping for the same, but
not right now. Oh boy, I made it back just in time, huh?
Could be the last pick for the Bills on day 2, or we might have another move or 2 in store into the 3rd round. We'll have to see how it plays out.
I think they'll move up one more time, probably. They'll give up a 4th and a 5th, or a 4th and a 7th. Well, they have 2 6-round picks too, so they could do that. Or they could do a double pick swap where they move into the 3rd, give up both 4ths, and take a 5th.
So who is the pick here? I mean, who are you coming up for at this point?
Dominic Orange.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, because you already lost out on Hill, and there's not really another linebacker I think that they would take here.
I'm so upset with that. You trade up 2 picks after Hill. I mean, Hill might not have been their target, but I don't see why not. Maybe they believe in Dorian Williams as that downhill guy, and they believe in Terrell Bernard as their inside guy. Terrell Bernard did play inside.
Not spoil it to you, but it's not a position they need. So,
I mean, they need depth definitely at linebacker. If you believe that we have our starters, then
no, I'm saying the pick is gonna probably It's a guy that a lot of people talked about, but
Oh, you know who it is already?
yeah, I'm not going to say it, but it is. I just
Is it going to upset me?
We'll see, man. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to feel about it, but I'm not the most happy.
Oh,
but let's go. See if they're gonna. We just don't. Yeah, we have no idea. But 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞𝐿 out of Ohio State is the pick for the Bills. A lot of people had him on the Bills' radar, and one of those things where
corner. Okay,
182 off of this guy.
We do need depth at corner, but in the second round, it's kind of
trading up nonetheless for a corner.
Trading up. Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't get the trade up for sure. I mean, I don't think, again, we're not sure. There's plenty of reasons why teams trade up, but this is, again, to me, the defensive coaching staff hopefully saying, this is a guy who's been on our radar, who we think can come in and make the type of plays that we want him to make. Whether that's, on the outside or they have some other role for him.
I just don't get it. You have so many, have a legit need at nose tackle. There's nose tackles there, but again, the nose tackle, like, you could still get Corleone later on, so it's not the biggest deal, but it's just, then you lose out on all the top end linebackers now and not being able to get up there, and you pick a cornerback.
And you pick a corner. You trade it up for a corner.
Your last two seasons have ended with your offense not scoring either in the playoffs to win a game, and you're out.
He's not even a man corner.
So
he's a zone corner.
It's rough. That's rough for me to swallow. But this guy's going to be very good, and we're going to be very happy about this in 2 years from now, I bet. But right now, it's a little bit curious to what the plan is, because we don't know. We don't know what exactly they have planned at linebacker or nose tackle at this point. I think that a lot of us are aligned on it not being Deon Walker, though, as the nose tackle. I think they got to have something else going there.
So he's 6'2", 189. He's from New Jersey. Senior coming out.
Jersey side of the island.
Yep. He's a good run defender. Pretty good in coverage. Better in zone than man. But, yeah, excellent tackler. So that's good from what we're reading on his bio here.
One of my buddies just texted me and said there was a comparison to Jeff Okudah and 16 penalties last year. That's not good.
I'm seeing a comparison to Tyson Campbell.
I like that one better.
Yeah. Tyson Campbell, Mickey Gardner from LSU, or Mekhi Gardner, and then Denzel Burke.
Well, regardless, I'll tell you what, this is setting up a hell of a press conference from he'll need a breast conference, all right. A press conference from Brandon Beane, because these are not adding up. I mean, just from
15th ranked CB on draftgradebook.com. Chris Passo brought out a round 3 grade. The Bills draft to the top of the second round to get him. NFL comparison by him was Rock Ya-Sin.
That's a great one.
Yeah, exactly. Not great.
Lights
out. Aggressive competitive play, good closing burst, length, physicality, confident on-island demeanor, can get overly grabby, non-elite athletic traits, mirroring solid but not a strength, and inconsistent run defense impact. So Cam Taylor-Britt is one of the comps here as well, stylistically. So
that's not terrible. Isn't Cam Taylor-Britt more of a slot though?
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
I mean, it's just I don't know. You're drafting luxury before drafting with guys on the board that could fit the bill. Again,
I mean, Beane doesn't draft need. Beane,
he doesn't.
He drafts best player on his board and he sticks to it.
That's bullshit.
But
last year took Max Hairston and freaking Jihad Campbell was on the board, and they let the Eagles get him. And I sat here and had a tirade for like 5 minutes about going to get what you want. They went and
Buffalo
got,
Buckeye. This guy should know everything about the cornerback we just picked if he's a Buckeyes fan. But look, yeah, we have across the line, we have a lot of depth there at the 4i type spots. We needed edge a little bit depth there. We sure could use depth there. We do need corner depth as well. I thought there were some options later on, or I don't know if they could even waited and not traded up to get this guy.
I
But
think Izzy's frustration is coming out for me now too. That he mentioned it before the pick, and I'm mentioning it now after. You traded up for a cornerback that you probably could have gotten just where you were, by all indications. I mean, again, we're not on the phones with these guys. We don't know what's happening, why the Bills decided to trade up. But 2 picks before this, you probably could have given up pretty much the same capital, maybe thrown in a 7th rounder or something else to go with it, and gotten the linebacker that we thought was a better fit here, and a position that is going to be more of need just because of the system switch and the injuries we're dealing with. This one is you're going to have to explain yourself type.
Probably thought Seattle was going to go potentially thought Seattle
and pick
was gonna
that
go
guy
corner.
though. I mean, there's other corners on the board. You really thought they were coming after the cornerback that you identified that's 15th on people's list? I mean, maybe
this guy does mirror Trey White. Like athletically, Trey ran a 4.47. This guy runs a 4.45. I mean, 6'2", 189. Trey's about 6'1".
But you could get Malik Muhammad at 66 probably, and I don't know if there's a lot of difference between Malik Muhammad and this guy. So
I'm not defending. I'm just trying to rationalize it.
Yeah. If we wanted Trey White for depth, we could have signed, I don't know, Trey White for depth. Yeah. Not freaking drafted a guy traded up for a guy like this.
I will not argue this at all with you because I agree and I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm not pissed. I just feel like it's a little bit curious. Like, what the heck is your plan out there?
The need really hurt. Like, is Mac hurt?
Need? I guess that's cool, but you do need corner. It's not it's not a need. It's just where is the priority list for them, and we're seeing their priority list is a heck of a lot different than some fans, or their plan is to identify guys that they think they can stick and pick at later points in this draft.
Because DJ Reader got signed already, didn't he?
No, I don't believe so.
Not officially.
I'm
being a bit of a hypocrite right now with the anger that I'm like.
Says he
more
could show
frustration
some
than
safety,
anger.
more cornerback potential. So
maybe, but still, safety that would make me angrier. You're not taking a safety here. I don't give a crap who the guy is. You have other positions that you need and actually have holes to fill. I mean, yes, you don't draft for need necessarily, but you don't draft for luxury either. Oh, yeah, we're drafting 16 wide receivers.
The depth need really is at defensive line and linebacker. That's where the biggest depth need. If you say it's not a need for a starter, I mean, look,
we need a starter.
I assume that Deion Walker's not going to be their starting nose tackle. I hope that's not their plan, but if
he's not good against double teams, he's a perfectly good defensive lineman.
Up for a quarterback.
But he's not a double team guy. He should be playing the 4i. You should have a nose tackle in the middle, and you should have Ed Oliver playing 5 tech. That should be your defensive line. But as of right now, we don't have a goddamn nose tackle, unless you want to go and get freaking Daquan Jones back. But I doubt that's happening after his tirade on social media. So that ship's probably sailed.
Well, it's still possible. There's still plenty of guys left in this draft. We talked about. I mean, your guy Corleone. There's still plenty of the nose tackle is the nose tackle's job. Bud Clark to Seattle. That's going to be a good pick for them.
They could have gone guard, which we don't know if we have a starter there. We picked up Corbett, but he's on a vet minimum deal. So you could have picked up a guard who could potentially be the guard of the future. You could have picked up a nose tackle, but you didn't do that. They could have picked up a linebacker, didn't do that. They could have
traded up
Emmanuel Pregnon.
I mean, if you're gonna trade up, this guy better be a freaking superstar player. If you're gonna,
there was plenty of talk about this guy and the fit for the Bills and how much the Bills liked him. So it's not a surprise to me. I gotta figure out how to say Igbinosun. Davison Igbinosun. That's a fun name to say.
I feel
all right. Look, I'm
just
going to put it out there right now. If Davison Igbinosun becomes a top-fledged corner in 2 years, I'll buy the guy's jersey.
I will too, but I'm not mad at the player. I'm mad at the pick. Like we were saying about our first pick. Like we needed depth at edge rusher, but it's depth. Like we have Chubb starting, we have Rousseau starting, and now with Chubb on the team, Rousseau can actually play on his native side and hopefully improve. But there were Cade McDonald was right there. We didn't go for him. We went and got the edge rusher. So maybe something's going on where they want to add more pressure by or simulated pressures, by blitzing from different angles. Maybe we want to go more exotic, and we could be totally off base with our frustration in this. But as of right now, you're telling us we're running a hybrid 3-4, not a wonky 3-4. Like hybrid is one thing, but not having a nose tackle means you don't have a 3-4. Like you don't. You're just putting 3 fat dudes on the line who ain't fat enough.
Yeah, I was just about to say, does the 3 mean 3 cornerbacks that play the outside now? I mean, like we have 3 outside corners. I mean, maybe he could play the slot. I don't know, but and yeah, I mean, it just there's some explaining to do, like I said, and I started to say that I'm being somewhat hypocritical because I did say all along, coming into this draft, we don't know what to expect. We know we need defensive guys, but this is the chance for the defense to be shaped in a new form after moving on from McDermott. The new coaching staff is going to want their guys to do their things, make out their plan for where they see this defense going. We knew it was going to be different, but this is not the different that we expected in terms of the shift from, 4-3, 3-4, and typical down defenses, and drafting a corner who seems like a mostly outside corner when you lost Taron Johnson, obviously is a loss. But is this the guy that's replacing Taron Johnson in a system where we want to play with more linebackers and defensive ends than corners? I mean, I don't know. It just it's depth. Hopefully it works out. Again, there's picks later in this draft that can fill those needs still, but I don't like trading up. That's the number one thing that doesn't make sense to me here, and it being a corner is just confusing at this point.
Yeah,
we need answers.
Yeah, generally speaking, I'm pro trade up, but I'm genuinely confused.
Yeah, but that means you obviously didn't think you could wait 4 picks for this guy or whatever it was going to be. 5 picks.
Could have been Seattle's pick. I mean, it's not. It is plausible to think that they would have thought Seattle was going to grab that guy. They went safety instead and got Bud Clark, which is a good pick, but at the same time, not.
He's a bit undersized though. Bud Clark.
They were looking secondary for sure in Seattle.
Wow. Just wow.
Arizona probably, not necessarily looking defensive back, maybe safety. So who knows? But Arizona's also got, according to ESPN's, needs D tackle as one of theirs. So, there's another team you're just putting in front of it. And I think the D tackle thing is a little bit overblown at sometimes, because like you do want the top. They passed up on the top guy at the position in the draft. So they've got a plan for that position, and I don't know what the heck it is, but they think they can just plug a guy in there. And I don't mind that strategy. You just need a guy that's going to fill. You don't need a guy that does anything flashy or going to command anything other than, eating double teams and whatnot. So if you get a guy that's, a little bit of a lower draft pick, so be it. But Carson Beck out of Miami becomes the first pick of the 3rd round. So quarterback Carson Beck to the Cardinals. They get their guy in the 3rd round. Not a terrible pick for Arizona.
No, not in the 3rd round for sure. I mean, I think that's
good
more
value. I think.
Yeah, he could end up being better than the second quarter tape. So we'll see.
Absolutely.
Carson Beck's got weird eyes.
Yeah, he does.
He's got weird eyes.
Denver's on the clock with the Bills' 66 pick that they traded to them, and let's see what they end up with here. The feeling of what could have been, huh?
This could have been
the top two needs, according to ESPN, anyway, on the
He
Broncos
was-
are defensive tackle and linebacker. So that's funny too.
Oh, great. Yeah. So they just decided to go back.
There goes Dominique Orange to the Broncos. I bet. I didn't see it yet. I'm just.
Oh, I was like, don't tell us that. That would be rough.
You son of a
Speculating.
bitch. Jesus. Well, I mean, at least Big Orange or Big Citrus would be wearing orange.
Would be.
They would fit the jersey.
It wouldn't surprise me if Bean tries to package maybe 125 and 126 to come back
Yeah, I'm
in the
thinking
third round,
Yeah.
and then still have that top third, fourth round pick. Or
Yeah, I
vice
wouldn't be
versa. I
surprised
guess they
either.
could give up the top fourth and one of the later fourths and still keep a fourth, but
That seems to be like, no, we want the one that comes before. We want not 25, but 26, or not 26, but 25. Because we want to give you this pick here, but we want to screw you next time you pick.
well,
Blitzburner.
Bean is going to have some explaining to do, at least in terms of how they see these guys working out.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
A lot of mercy.
They're going to say, that they never do, but yeah.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
Well, we were hoping that, the linebacker would fall to us, whichever
did,
linebacker it was.
basically.
I know, right? That's what I mean. Unless it was one of the guys earlier in the round that they were like, oh, Rodriguez was our guy and he's not there. So
I think it was CJ Allen, honestly. If it wasn't,
yeah, Allen was actually, I bet that would have been a good fit as well. And I think he is in Indy too. That's a good team for him to go to.
yeah,
too.
Rodriguez and the other guy were more 4-3 backers.
Yeah.
CJ Allen and Hill were more 3-4 guys, bigger guys that can get downhill.
So the Broncos do go defensive tackle Tyler Onyedin. I don't know how to say his name. I apologize. Texas A&M.
Onyedin.
Can't learn them all. Can't learn all the names straight away. I'll learn the ones that I have to say a lot when the Bills pick them.
So you got to think about it in his accent. Tyler Onyedin.
Okay.
That's how I'd say it.
Take your word for it, buddy.
You heard it here first.
Onyedin. Sounds Nigerian.
It's actually pronounced Smith. You can't.
Ah. It's like Maui Noah, but there's no N in it.
Yeah. Oh,
Francis.
boy.
There's an N there. Maui Noah, no N.
I mean, yeah, I lost for words.
6'4",
My excitement has
292.
waned. I'll say that much. I was excited coming into today with the picks that Bean had acquired, and my excitement has somewhat waned with the picks that we've made. It's like a womp womp kind of.
Like that analogy I made earlier about getting kicked in the balls repeatedly. Like,
Yeah, that was
like fucking stop.
This was more like, waiting for the confetti to go off, the confetti cannon to go off, and you're like, oh, yeah. And it just doesn't. You're just like, oh, okay. I guess we're moving on now.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, third round grade on him. So Onyedin was selected right about where he was projected.
Raiders pick is in, and they still need everything except the quarterback and whatever they drafted. Who did they get the second round? Safety. Oh, yeah, that Traden Stukes guy who I don't understand.
Yep.
Oh, that's an interesting.
K'Ron Crawford out of Auburn going to the Raiders here.
Edge rusher?
Yes, edge rusher. Yep.
As you can tell, I have studied, but I do not retain information that great anymore.
I just don't retain information I don't understand that well, and that's the game plan here.
I'm just terrible with names.
I was just about to say the same thing. I struggle with that. I have to take notes when I do that on names, and then once I associate them with something, then I can remember it. But
Right.
that's my gift, I guess. I can.
Like my neighbor to this side, I don't know his name. He's lived here for like 5 years.
That's Bob. You don't know Bob? Come on, man.
I only know his wife's name because my wife and his wife talk like that.
Oh, Vlad
Whenever I
said
see him, I go,
Keon's going to be good.
There you
we
go. The official
you,
word is
Vlad.
out. It's not about him being good. You know, it's at this point he's got to be reliable, and that's the thing. If he was great in camp last year, so if he comes in and he's great in camp again, that means nothing, right, to me. So if Keon's great in camp again, nobody cares. It means nothing. You were great in camp last year. Now translate it to the field when it counts and be consistent and be relied upon. And I don't just mean, catching balls on the field. I mean showing up, doing what you got to do. Because if he gets if there's any other issue, trade his ass for a bag of,
peanuts.
whatever, balls. It's just enough is enough. And Keon was never my guy. All during that draft, I said anybody but Keon because I didn't think
you
the
and I
Bills
were
were in
both
on
saying
him.
that.
Yeah. And now that we have him, I was excited. I said, okay, there's some upside here. Let's hope he grows and becomes what he can be. And unfortunately, he's exactly what the evaluation said of him. He isn't great at contested catch balls. The immaturity is there. And it's been an issue. So I have hope for Keon that he can be what he's supposed to be and reach his maximum potential. But right now, to me, it's not about him reaching his potential. It's about him
growing
being an adult, which is sad to say, and again, whatever he does in camp, he can be amazing. It's not going to matter. Camp does not matter for Keon because he did that last year and looked like he was going to take the step and then fell on his face. So make the step from camp to the actual season and produce, and then we'll start talking. And it doesn't, obviously, expectations don't have to be through the roof for Keon, but he's got to, do his part and start playing the role that he's meant to play. So I'm absolutely optimistic that it'll happen, but the expectation is not high. Let's put it that way.
Can't say I disagree with you. You're spot on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to grow up and start adulting at some point. I mean, it was the same thing played Chris Carter when he was with the Vikings, remember? And then he said, or he was with the Eagles, and he said the best thing the Eagles ever did for me was cut me. I hate for that to be us because we don't benefit from that at all.
That's right. We're just the team that let him go through the growing pains. I don't want to be that team.
Did you the freaking favor? And
yeah,
you did jack shit for us. So we invested in you, and then somebody else is going to reap the benefits of that investment.
And the other thing we've kind of been mentioning but haven't talked about, Bean probably has some guys lined up outside the stadium waiting for their contract signings, right? So
absolutely.
Obviously with Shaq Lawson last year really playing a great role for us. I'd love to see him come back just as depth or, again,
Shaq
Playing
Lawson?
a role. Yeah. Or Shaq.
He did it.
Did I say it? Did I say Lawson?
Easy to do.
Yeah. Shaq Lawson back. Who knows? He might follow McDermott to his next destination with that.
He might come here to be a 4-eye or something.
There you go. But also, linebackers being there. But I bet there's other guys that, they know they can lean on, even at the wide receiver position, right? We know if they don't pick up a speedy wide receiver that, it didn't totally work out with Cooks, but he could be back in no time either.
Cook still has the speed.
Yeah.
He just got here too late.
Yep.
His route tree with the Bills was limited. So I think if you bring him in at camp, he has 1 or 2 more years left in him where he can be productive. So I wouldn't be mad at that, but you still want to bring in a rookie if possible.
Yeah, assuming
just get the BPA as you go.
And this is assuming those guys are waiting on us, right? They obviously after the draft is going to be a slew of signings, but
Markel Bell going to the Eagles.
Well, Cooks did say he's waiting on us. He did say that.
He did. Oh, I didn't see that one. But
Markel Bell, offensive tackle Miami. Miami had one hell of a resurgence this year. The university, clearly not the Dolphins, but they're losing a lot of talent. I wonder how they're going to recover from this coming year. They got a really good coach in Cristobal, but man, well, the amount of talent that they're losing in the draft is insane.
It's college football. You just pick up the next transfer kids and move on. It's
NIL, baby, NIL.
It's so hard to follow anymore. It's frustrating.
Yeah, NIL just added free agency to college football with 148 teams.
Yeah, every year. There's no contract, so it's every year. Yeah.
Miss Nancy says Brady likes Coleman. I think we like Coleman too. It's just he needs to grow the heck up.
Yeah. He's out of chances. That's where he's put himself.
He's basically on the last chance, and so I hope he does the best with it, because that means that we reap the benefit and he gets a contract eventually, and he grows into it. But if he doesn't, then we cut him and he goes somewhere else and then lights it up. Then we wasted our time, effort, and money. I mean, not we, because I don't work for the team, but
Right.
I will have wasted my hope and dreams.
That's right. We definitely put energy into it, if nothing else.
Yeah.
There's definitely some energy there from
like we want him to be successful. It's just we have seen no evidence that he will be. Other than like some spot, plays. Like against the Ravens this past year, he was excellent. Against the Seahawks the year before that, he was excellent. But like you got to put it together week to week, not once a year. Sam Roush. Never heard of him. I do like how Miss Nancy knows these things, though. Like, Brady likes Coleman. Like, she's paying attention.
She's on it.
She's tuned in.
Lance's mom is paying attention.
She's my source.
All right, Shoop. Oh, this looks like one of the fighting nerds.
Our guy Dave is not happy either about these picks, he says. So
for
what that's worth. And guys, if you're watching out there, please smash the like and the repost button. If you are on X, come on over to YouTube or Facebook, get us some likes and shares there as well. Get into the comment section on YouTube and Facebook if you would. Help us in the algorithm a ton. We'd greatly appreciate a little love there on YouTube, especially.
I would like Dominic Orange. This man is a Viking.
So our hope here to me, that could be a redemption pick for Bean at this point, if he finds a way to, trade back into this round and.
Yeah, I kind of fully expect him to also
take Dominique Orange, I expect him to, but it's who's he going to pick this time? A safety? What's he going to pick? A quarterback? Maybe I don't. At this point,
know. The Bears just took another tight end, by the way. They got Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet, and now Sam Roush. Third round tight end. That's crazy.
Is he related to Jack Roush? The Roush racing family?
That'd be pretty dope.
I think it's spelled differently, but
it'd be even more dope if he, because there's a C in the other one. But it'd be pretty dope if he played for the SMU Mustangs. No? All right.
Nope.
Sam Roush?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Ford Mustangs. Yeah.
Roush
Gotcha.
Mustang?
Yeah, I feel you.
You got real quiet after I said that. I was like, crickets.
I was just trying to. My computer glitched out. It went back to like the hood pick for the Giants, like in the second round. I'm like, what's going on?
Whatever you do, don't press Control F4.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Someone got me with that one time, and luckily I have Windows 11.
Man, I'm trying to figure out now. Where would be the best position for the Bills to come back into this round, and trying to figure out if I should stick around, or I guess the
best time would be now.
Now is always good time, but
yeah. Absolutely.
Brandon Bean is at the podium talking about the Bills draft picks.
Is he?
Well,
Wow.
that's interesting. I guess he's not trading up now then, is he?
Yeah, I guess he is. All right. Well, guys, that's it then. I don't think we need to stick around too much. If we want to come back on, if they do pick and people are still around, we can always pop back onto a quick live here as well. So with that, we'll thank our sponsors again, Awaken 180, and
You got my number, so you know
all the
who to
great folks that sponsor us. Again, please like and share. Head on over to the YouTube page for Milton Buffalo. Give that a subscribe. Facebook page as well. Give us a follow there. And let's see where it goes from here, boys. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.